blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it looks like we're doing this again, aren't we? Holy cows, man. Praise God. Praise God for real. And thank you for real to all of you that may tune in and join me again today, whether it's live or later, whether you just come in midstream or whatever. May our time together be well lived with love. Because I've got some inspirations again, and I've got some new perspectives and strategies and some things that I hope to transmit, right? To offer to you, for you to do with what you do. But I'm hoping our time together can result in some sort of good fruits, right? A little bit of feeling like, yeah, that was a good choice. That was time well spent. I don't regret that choice at all. Because really, you start living like that without regrets, pursuing your greatest vision, your greatest experience, doing what's right along the way, of course. Man, that's where you discover why you're here. And I'm here to remind you why you're here, brothers and sisters. You are here for more than you dreamed. For more than you dreamed, more than you imagined, more than you realized, brought you into being here today as you are and where you are. And I'm grateful that we crossed paths. Because I know I'm here for more than I dreamed. For more than I dreamed has already been received by me. I'm telling you guys. Where'd it go? This one, the one I keep bringing up. Avoid regrets. Follow Jesus. Okay? The religions are a tool. Don't get caught up on using the tool, right? Sharpening your tool. Pay attention to what the tool is for. The tool is for you to live with God, to live with God's love, to live with God's life, bursting forth, jumping you out of bed each day, right? So that you go to bed with this feeling of fulfillment and accomplishment, feeling good and well about a day well spent. Because the reality is, you can have more fun, more joy in your life through the fulfillment that's found in a day well lived. So the question is, are you living well? Are you living well, or maybe are others living well through you, because of you? To live well, it seems to me, doing today what is good for your greatest future successes, that seems like a good choice for wellness. I mean, the way to do that is you live without fear. Live without fear so you can pay attention and you can make the wise and righteous choices. And without fear, you're not finding power in excuses. You're not holding yourself back, laying in bed all the time. And no, I don't really feel like doing nothing. I've been there. Fucking sucks, man. I don't want to go back. Because as I found that, I heard it in a song yesterday. I'm following Jesus and there's no turning back. I wouldn't want it any other way. For once I started figuring out how to trust in God and find comfort in the unknown, to feel a little excitement instead of fear. Because really, what's the difference? A little nervous energy is nervous energy. You can be afraid. Oh, I'm so afraid. It's scary. Or you can be excited. right? Yes, life's bringing me another challenge, baby. I mean, life is what it is. You get to see the life through your lens. What lens have you chosen for yourself? Are you aware that you're seeing everything through a lens of your beliefs and your memories? I mean, pay attention to the lens that you see the world through. You, your view, your point of view, and your opinion. If you don't notice, your opinion can go wrong and you can destroy yourself. So, the power that I found in my own personal experience is exactly what I'm trying to offer with you and to show you, perhaps. If you change your mind, the entire world you see transforms. Just a different perspective can change your entire reality. And you change your reality today, well, then your future trajectory, man, it's nothing like you thought it would be. See, I never in my life, never in my life did I imagine that some of the things that happened with me would have happened. Never did I think this stuff would happen. My life, man. Holy cows. My life really is a crazy story. I wonder what God's going to do with me. What is God going to do with a guy like me, right? What am I supposed to do with this life I've been given? I can't break away from these ideas that it's time. It's time for mankind to unite and organize, to bring some sort of sanity into this world chaos, right? Chaos has had enough power. Let's not continue to support and enable the corrupted liars, okay? Let's bring the good guys in. And I know there's a lot of good guys out there, guys like me, who have been working on themselves to become stronger and greater. Not just guys, but women too. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have been working on themselves to become better versions than who they used to be. And I want to honor the work that everyone's doing. I mean, but here's something too for a lot of the audience of mine that loves to show up and just poke fun at me. I'm not alone. You just see me alone because you see what you want to see. But last night, I'm working towards things. Let me just say that. There are many people like me in the world today uniting together in order to do something. There's in the description today are actually a couple of new links. Um, I learned these last night on a call with Veterans Against Fascism, led by About Veterans Against the War, About Face. Other veterans are standing together. And here, let me just kind of remind folks, I don't know if I've said this recently, but from my understanding, on July 4th in Philadelphia, where the original Capitol was and such, could be wrong about that part. July 4th in Philadelphia was one of the largest gatherings of veterans mobilizing against a war since the Vietnam time. Well, the veterans, there's many of us in this nation. And when the veterans realize what's going on and understand what we've been a part of, well, there's going to be more and more and more of us because it's time. It's time to end the atrocities of war. So in that call, I learned of some other organizations. These links are in the description for those who may be interested in what others are doing kind of along these lines. This is the nationalpriorities.org, working on oversight and lobbying, doing whatever they can for a federal budget that prioritizes peace, economic security, and shared prosperity. And then this one was another one I learned of last night, War Resisters League, resisting war at home and abroad since 1923, right? There's a lot of people that recognize what's going on. I'm inviting you, former military, former veteran, civilian, whatever. I'm inviting you to join me. Believe that it's time for mankind to grow up, to choose to get along. See, something I was recognizing recently, and I know I'm probably the same way. It seems that people would rather have confirmation and sympathy, perhaps, rather than honesty. Originally, my thought was people would rather have compassion than honesty. And I think that's probably more accurate. People would rather have compassion than honesty. But the problem is you can't have compassion without being honest. And trying to help someone who's wrong and they don't want to accept they're wrong, even if you're gentle, man, it can come across as forced. So I'm learning as I go and I'm continuing to pay attention. But brothers and sisters, whoever you are and wherever you are, however you've been feeling, I want you to know in your heart that it's getting greater. And maybe you're already on that path of greater. Maybe you've already been working on yourself. And I'm just like a confirmation for you, a little reminder, a little encouragement. Well, that's all I really can be. It's truly God, though. That mysterious power of God that reveals the answers, all answers, at just the right time. I mean, the answers could be there, but we won't see them. Even if we see the answers, we can carry the answers around in our head for maybe a lifetime. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works, but I understand how it works. I have theories on how things work. But we can carry around the answers intellectually in our mind and not actually embody what we know. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people are doing in the religious circles, right? They got the right information, they got a head full of scripture, and answers are inside of them. But golly, geez, man, you look at their behavior and it's like, oh, God, please save them. They know not what they are doing. I used to be that way too. Maybe I still am. And I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just showing up. I'm just showing up until something greater shows up, right? An idea or an inspiration that says, yeah, let's go do this. This is the way, man. And I get a lot of those ideas actually. But you know what? I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the link and we'll see where it goes. And earlier today, I felt kind of, I've been judgmental about myself and what's shown up in the past few live streams. I haven't really been proud, I guess. So I do intend, while I'm dropping the link, and folks are welcome to join, it's really time for me to clean this up. Right? People have gotten too comfortable with disrespecting me and treating me like a joke. I've been kind, I've been patient. I've tried and tried to explain myself, but it's absolutely true. There's no leading the unwilling, and the unwilling just will not. They won't. Here's one I recognize from the chat. Oh, I think I know. Stripe, are you there?
Hello. Hey,
Yeah,
Jackie boy, what's up? You got a weak moderator that just timed me out just for saying hello. It's very
yeah,
strange.
it's all
I
right.
think she takes after you. She's
It's
kind of
okay.
weak, moody,
You
and
think you say
grumpy,
you think and say a
cranky.
lot of things. I know. I know.
I say a lot of truth. You don't like it.
You've got so many words to say, Stevie boy. I know.
Jackie boy, you're so cranky. You're so judgmental. You got to be in a better.
Praise God, indeed. Do you realize that unfortunately this is a real specimen of today's humanity? Hey, that reminds me, this might be the perfect time. Actually, stick around, brother. Let's make sure and we do a little promotion. Oh, you took off. No. What I'm thinking, does anyone want to see a video highlighting Mr. Stevens' hypocrisy, the guy that was just here? I thought our brother London Man did a great job with this. I'll just call this Stevens' behavior. I'll drop the link for those who want to see it. And if you want to see it, I'm happy to share it. I encourage you, if you're not subscribed to KJV, he's got some good editing and good work. Guys, he's fun. And hey, thank you. He's fascinating. Truly, truly fascinating. Anyway, that was an interesting distraction. Do you get a shout out too, Andy? Yeah, I think you do. You know what? Yeah, Angela, I agree. I miss Z as well. There's a lot of characters that we found online together that have been a part of the past, and memories can be fun. But here's something I realized, right? The path to finding more wellness, goodness, fulfillment in life, it really means letting go of the past or overcoming the past, right? The past is what it is. Stand on the past, be with what is true, bring the lessons forward, and use that to create something new. Hey, now we've got more wisdom showing up. And so I want to welcome back two wonderful friends. Pantheon, how are you today, brother?
Doing great, brother. How are you doing?
Denizen, welcome back to you.
Greetings.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I have an ear infection that's bothering me, but I'm in better spirits. The pain's starting to subside.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. The wonderful thing about our bodies is, given the rest and the right environment, healing comes naturally. So trust the healing is happening for you, and I hope for good health. How you doing today, Pantheon?
Wow, great, actually. I took a lot of day two rest, believe it or not, there, Jack. And in doing so, I did take a little time to watch the show last night because I missed it myself, some family time. And wow, that was a show, wasn't it? That was, and to be honest, Jack, right, I didn't see any heroes or villains technically. I thought you all played your part. I thought there was some give and take by everybody, interesting things. But the thing that interested me the most, that got me sparked up today to look at, was this difference between discerning and doubting. And I said that's not to answer anything. There are many doubters. I've seen them on here myself, and many people with discerning questions, and that got me sparked today. So that was it. It was just really, I don't know. When I really enjoyed the show for the fact yesterday that it was one thing to another, and everybody was. I saw a lot of brutal honesty, even though it didn't come across in the most positive ways at times. So that's my day, sir.
Thank you. It was another learning day. I was hoping for more joy and blessings, but got to learn more. And this is what I realized, right? Compassion is probably the most important aspect in communication, especially if we're going to try and confront someone's doubts, confront someone's disbeliefs, or confront someone's beliefs. People will guard that shit like their life depends on it. And that's what's so funny. It's what's so funny. It's the things that people are clinging to that keeps people divided.
Another truth.
But it doesn't have to be this way.
Hey, Jack, you know what you just said there? Do you want to know the first thing that came to my mind there? Because I'm really interested in Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
My
It's that.
precious.
Denison.
Right. It's that creature of greed and selfishness. It's a distortion of love. It's love uncontrolled as lust, and that comes through. It comes through in so many different ways. I was thinking about love and lust yesterday, the corruptions. This tendency of people to lust after materialism, lust after, sexually, or lust after control. That lust for control is where I think a lot of anger comes from. I think that was my issue in the past.
Or just the past? Because I'm
Yeah,
not
no.
with anything. I'm going to say that I still find myself. I'd say, if I to agree with you, I'd say I was more like that in the past. Now I can see it still in me at sometimes. I don't see myself as perfect. I'm not trying to feel. I'm just trying to say that, if you're saying it was a big part of you in the past, like I've said, or a huge part of who you were, or even you, because it's the biggest part, then I agree with you. I don't think that's
say it was
complete.
my.
Don't want else, Sean?
I would say it was my modus operandi. So now the fear arises in me. The fear of loss of control. And I might not remember that I don't give a shit until I'm in the height of that fear. Whereas before, the fear wouldn't even occur to me. I would just take the control back and smother the opposition and oppress,
You
any
sounded like me.
willingness
Stop it.
to let go.
See, Jack, I told
wouldn't-
you I was going to get them all to admit they were demons once and still a little bit. Look at him. He's telling exactly. Yes. Denison, I relate with you both. Me the same. I just want to be this little AA bit by you and say, yeah, I've been through the same thing. You're not just the only one. That demonship is in all of us. I claim. Admit, that's how I claim it. But
I don't even recognize that person. Like, when I do it, it's still me. Especially now, because I have a lot more control and a lot more reservation.
If I said,
when people can get my anger, they have it coming. They really asked for it. They begged for it. They were denied. They tried several different ways on several different occasions. They used different methods, different techniques. They wrote on a big placard. They spray painted it on the wall. I want your anger, Denison. And they were denied. So by the time they got it, they really had it coming. And so it feels even more self-righteous than it did in the past. But then tomorrow, I'll look back on that person and not even recognize who he is. I'll laugh at his motivations and find him humorous and a clown.
Right, I think I get what you're saying. You're saying the non-moment Denison doesn't agree with the momentary Denison.
Absolutely. It proves that I'm not in my square when I'm in that.
No, I'm following you.
There's another approach here. Let's welcome in Machine Lies too, please.
Yeah,
How you
blessings. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Good to see you. There's another approach that I want to point to. While there is that tendency to have the beast and the narcissistic archetypes, those tendencies are within us. So is the Christic, the pure, the compassionate, the heroic, right? We get to choose. Depends on the veil that we see ourselves and each other through.
No, I hear you. When I talk about the archetypes, I like them because it allows me to see them and then learn about them, find the truth about them. So more I'm radically honest about myself and how my culture raised me, my mum, my schooling, all we've ever known, all I've ever worshipped my entire life was manipulation, narcissism, and histrionics. That's all I've ever known. When I look back at it, that's my entire childhood was taught to me that way. All my foundational cores, and I'm spending better part now 12 years reversing them all to try and reach at least a middle ground, so I'm not manipulated by the machine anymore. Because you wouldn't believe it, but the machine lies. I don't know if anybody else here on the panel agrees with that.
So do our individual minds, right? Remember, I mean, you pointed it out yourself, the subjective inner narrative.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's often the downfall. We talk ourselves out of being greater.
We do. Sorry, Jack. I thought you'd paused. I wanted you to continue. To be honest, I was going to say.
I used the cheat code. I asked the mother of chaos and destruction to destroy my life. And she did it over and over and over again until I realized the lesson.
That's brave.
And I'll tell you, she lets you rebuild before she does it the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time. And I swear to God, now looking back at it, she let me get higher and higher each time. She let me reach level 1, and then blew me down. Blew me over with a stiff wind. She let me reach level 3 and then set me on fire and burn my life down. Then she let me reach level 5 and nuked me like a bitch.
Dan, I went to visit the lift once. I met a guy down there. I don't know if it was you or not, but he seemed to be getting her to treat him like that. So you know the lift, do?
I get what you're saying, brother. I made the mistake. I prayed for patience and inner peace. You don't just get anything. You got to figure it out. You got to earn it. You got to grow it. You got to find it. But similar to you, I found myself, in the past, growing up many years, I thought I and my family may have been cursed. I says, what the fuck is going on, man? Because it seemed like every time something somewhat decent would happen, then I get kicked in the nuts. But starting over, brother, yeah, with practice, it's almost easy and fun. And I keep falling forward too somehow. I'm starting over 50-something years old, but I feel pretty good about my beginning point right now.
What about the end point, though, Jack? You have more visualization on that end point yet? Like, what is going to be the turning point for us? So the moment Jack can hang up his cloak and say, I've reached that goal yet. Not asking for the plan like everybody was trying to hound on you the other day, but just more like that end point. And this is it, yeah? You're coming up.
Yeah. After that, I'll probably stop doing panels and stuff for sure, and I'll just travel around a lot. But I was honestly an honest life evaluation. If I go today, I've lived a life well. I don't have a lot of regrets anymore. I've reconciled my guilt and my shame, and I feel I've been doing what's right for quite a while. So if I leave today, I'm all right. I'm not worried.
Yeah, same here, brother Jack. I think.
That's a good sign. I mean, and the thing is I know if God keeps me around, I'm gonna find a way in front of the White House and the UN and whatever state and friggin' corporate banking leaders, religious leaders, anybody. I'm gonna I'm going to I don't know. I'm gonna have fun with life, and really my purpose, honestly, it's with here and now. It's with you folks. If all of us can feel a little better about who we are together and apart, well, the world becomes better around us. And Sophia, Daisy May, I actually had connections. That's how I got these ideas in my head, believing that it could happen. But then I got disconnected from everybody that used to know me. And I wish someone could talk to the imbeciles in the corporation of DC. I'm so sick of all. I'm so sick of them. Sick of all of them.
Hey, Jack. I was going to say I'd like to have a go at answering the question, and this was going to be the little thing for us. So, to finding wellness and goodness for me is, if you're looking for my interpretation, is to find a greater relationship with God through gnosis, that inner understanding. But not many people understand gnosis in its living breath, which is here, Helos Gnosticism, and that is gnosis is the knowing we collect from direct experience. Gnosis is gained when your curiosity consumes the perceived awareness it assumes is truth. I was wondering if I could get you guys' opinion on that as a living gnosis, because a lot of people say gnosis is something different, but that to me is what gnosis is. That's what we all do as children, right?
There's more curiosity consumes, the consuming part. When your curiosity consumes the perceived awareness it assumes is truth. That gnosis, by the consumption, it's through curiosity we discover, we find, we observe, and then it's the greater learning happens from my observation through reflection, contemplating on what we experienced or what we saw, and then through that contemplation and reflection, that's where the gnosis seems to be embodied. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it's gnosis is cool because within gnosis, each one of us gets to explain how it operates within us. It's just the meta understanding of it that very rarely changes. So, this is not to explain what it means to you. This is to explain the underlying architecture of it, so then you can, like Jack did, find that relationship of it. Gnosis, for awareness to become autonomous in you. In other words, the part that drives the car when you're thinking about something to work. It has to go through the process of gnosis. You have to come to a certain love or trust with it, like you would God, that thing is going to carry you and catch you when you fall. So you put it into your autonomous system, like your sinking system, through gnosis. And curiosity is often the thing that gets us to look at something and find our confidence with it and how it works. Once we've done that, then we can, I suppose, we map it. And like Jack said, you put your own little thing to it, and that then becomes Gnosticism once other people can understand how that works in you. And you can relate it together, and more of you unite and say, yeah, I see the same thing. Yeah, Jack, what Jack just said. Yeah, what in me, yeah, and that way, and then you create patterns. Then
the observation.
The only way,
Go ahead, Dennis, please.
the only way that works for me is if you're replacing what you think is truth with curiosity.
That's an interesting point.
Curiosity is the thing that pushes you to find the truth. Otherwise, the truth doesn't matter. If you don't see the truth, then you need to be pushed towards it. Otherwise, you think you're the truth. Curiosity is the thing that teaches you you are not God.
Right, but once you convince yourself that you know the truth, aren't you?
Curiosity doesn't do that, though. You know that, Denson. Yeah, but listen to your point. Sorry. Let me listen to your point. Sorry, Denson.
Well, then you'd be left with your curiosity then, instead of the truth, which is what I said.
Oh, it's not my curiosity. I belong to it.
But the point is gnosis, is it not?
Yeah, whatever my curiosity decides beyond me as free will, what goes into the autonomous system below which works with it, what it can understand, what it can take on as memory and form, that's the gnosis, the I that allows that awareness to be consumed. Consuming like food just means to make part of you.
Right, but I think what you're pointing to is the filter. And there's a filter.
The membrane between, yeah.
But that filter, we want to go beyond the doubt, beyond the filter that says I don't know and I need to keep knowing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, I don't mean the filter in abstractual realms, like doubt and things like that. I mean the filter of life, gnosis. The filter between gnosis has nothing to do with doubt or anything like that. It has everything to do with wonderment and discernment. They're not doubting. They're not. Sure. Gnosis doesn't shut an idea down. It looks for slight weaknesses to patch up and repair it. So when someone comes along, they can't just rip your foundations down. So gnosis is discernment, which is not doubt. If you doubt something, it's not gnosis, really, is it? It's a fear reaction or trauma-based return to a sense of egoic self. But I'm just saying gnosis doesn't really doubt. It discerns things in a way. But that filter membrane we're talking about is just the relationship between the subjective and the objective.
Okay. I mean, my interpretation is that the goal is to know, right? The only thing we can know with certainty is the present moment. And in the present moment, that's where we can do anything we want. But in our belief systems and in the patterns and the habits of the past, we don't really see or pay attention. That's how I was much of my life. I lacked clarity because I was filled with doubts. And admittedly, my curiosity, it wasn't used for the right things. I spent so many hours learning regulations for a freaking job. I mean, what the hell? Oh.
Guys, if I put this, I've got to take a little break. But if I leave you with this and you guys get on with it, I just got to do something here and realize my minute. But if I said that if you're talking about a curiosity you believe is yours, then you're talking about perceptual curiosity. But if you're talking about a curiosity you belong to, the thing that drives you, not the urge, then you're talking about just curiosity, which is what I call Christ consciousness. And you can't get it to work for you. You've got to surrender to it.
Right?
How do you know that's true? How do you know that you can't get it to work for you?
I don't know it's true. I'm saying the mechanics of it is like that. And because nobody ever has. And it predated you. Came before you think
the mechanics of what? Nobody has ever what? Made something work for them?
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Gnosis. Nobody's ever made this work for them, these concepts. Nobody's ever made the Christ consciousness, the perspective you speak of, work for them. They only can submit to it.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, you can only submit to just curiosity because that's the logic behind it.
And you know that to be 100% certain. You've played with that. You've tested that yourself. You've inspected all things, as the good book said.
I don't listen to the good book. I don't do dogma. No, I don't know the way you do it.
Well, whatever your criteria for inspecting truth, you've put it to the test, the litmus test yourself, right? You know this to be true.
Yeah,
because you're espousing this here on Talcott's show.
All right, Dick. If you add something,
I just want to know what you're saying is actually something that's from your own testimony.
Dick, shut up. If you add something to something, it's not just, is it?
I'm not going to shut up. You shut up.
Yeah, please calm down, guys.
Dick, no, sorry.
Please.
Dick, I'm answering your question. I'm
Please.
saying if you add something to something.
I'm speaking respectfully. You speak in kind, sir.
All right, Dick, I am. Dick, if you add something to something, it's no longer just, is it?
If you add something, that must be related to something you said.
If something is just something,
this is an unproductive communication. He's not answering my questions, but he wants me to answer his. It's all right.
All right.
Have a great day. I'll listen.
Dick, this is very narcissistic. Yeah, I'm trying my best. What you're saying is because I haven't done it the first time, I'm an asshole or something.
Please.
Can you see what I'm saying? No, this is not fair, Jack. I'm
It's not
trying to
fair.
explain his answer.
But I know, and
what? Because it's not coming across correctly to him. I'm a dick now.
No.
All right, cool. Because I thought you were espousing, because that's what he's espousing.
I'd really love that. I'd love for things to be easier for us.
Okay, here's how easy it. He asked me a question, I answered it. Can he address the point?
I didn't ask that. Please.
I did, though.
I know. You're feeling the urge to fill.
No, I'm not feeling. Don't talk down to me, Jack. I'm not feeling. You don't speak for me. Remember? No. Right. Just apologize, and I'll shut up.
What I'm asking you to do is pause. Okay. That's all I'm asking for is a moment of pause. Okay. This getting into our feelers and having to explain ourselves. We can find different ways. We don't have to argue. Okay.
Okay, yeah. To answer the question for Dick, ready? When something is just something, like just curiosity, adding anything to it removes the just, correct?
Just calm down, brother. Breathe.
I'm calm. You
just breathe in and out.
This is when you
come into this moment.
A question and you overtalk them, and then I answer it.
Listen, is any of this confusion happening now, brother, or are you?
No,
like,
you asked
can
me.
you just not accept peace now?
I'm just answering it. Why won't you let me answer the question?
Could you just accept love now and just?
Gracie.
I'm gonna do this. Please go ahead, Denizen.
Gracie, he won't let you answer the question because he doesn't care what your answer is. Just let it go.
Great.
All right.
Why is this so relevant? Please.
When you ask me something, Jack, I'll answer it with truth, and I'll do it with anybody. I didn't know he was winding me up. Why didn't someone say he was winding me up? I didn't know that. I thought he was asking me a genuine question. I was just, if I take someone for the truth of their word on your show, and then they're treating like dick, isn't it not you guys to say, hey, why are you treating Gracie like a dick for? He asked me a question, just curiosity, and then he said, how is this tested? And I said, it's not. It's just, if something is just something, if you add something to it, it's no longer that. Is that correct? I'm just confused. I was asked a question and I answered it, and then I feel like now I'm a bad guy for answering it. What's happening?
Can you let go of the confusion, please? Can you just let it go?
No, it causes trauma in me.
Why do you believe you?
Because confusion is the opposite of truth. And truth is God.
But see, you're standing on your claim of being right.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Absolutely not. No, I'm just explaining myself.
Okay, and so, but your need for explaining yourself is to justify.
Well, that's how you answer a question.
Rightness, right? But
no, I don't believe in right and wrong, Jack. See what I mean? That's your perception.
Pantheon, you say these things, but your behavior contradicts what you say.
Then explain that behavior, because I now think you're lying.
I know.
Because that is not true.
I know. What we're dealing with is we're confronting your beliefs.
I don't care. I'm dealing with truth. You don't get to lie, Jack. That is not true what you just said.
Your disagreement does not warrant you calling me a liar, sir. I'm going to take a break from Pantheon because I said I'm going to start improving the order here. Thank you for your patience, gentlemen. Welcome to you, Joe. How you doing, brother?
Hi, man.
Cheers, brother Joe.
Good to see you all. You're some of my favorite people. Dick, you make too many rare appearances. And I'd like you more aggressive, because if people are talking over you and shit, we don't get to hear your fucking wisdom. I like it all. And I even like Guru, crazy ass Guru. If you're in the back listening, there's no excuse for bad form. So it doesn't matter in your quest for truth or whatever it is. You don't get to have bad form and be rude and shit in your quest. And you're right. You said if you add something to it, it is no longer just. The answer is yes, but there is no excuse for you talking over motherfuckers and all of that shit because you believe in, even if you are in the right, no excuse for bad form. I think that's why you're in the basement, not because of the things that your angle on shit. And Jack, I had a really good time, man.
Just for the record, to add to that, if you don't mind, I got all love for the dude, and I was really asking genuinely, has he tested that? Because it's not irrelevant to say that I'm not going to test something because I've got some philosophy that says we don't test things. Well, you have the capability. And then what is faith? So if you're telling me you can't put faith in something and see it actually transpire, well, that's the whole concept of faith. So then you don't have a concept of faith. And Dick, I was just trying to understand his perspective. That's all it is just having conversation about philosophy and life.
It's an interesting observation that I hadn't noticed.
I'm confused myself on faith. I like to think that I have faith or belief or whatever, but it doesn't really feel like faith because it seems like there's so much evidence of, you got to go out on faith to know God. Not really, not really. I see evidence all the time. I don't know. Faith is belief in the unseen. I don't know if that's true. I'm out in the jury's out on faith, in my opinion, man. I see God everywhere.
Right. And that's seeing God and know that gnosis. That's what Pantheon is trying to articulate. And he's got it logically mapped.
Okay. I missed that part, but I see where it's logical. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would know. And I also see Dick, you'd have to test it. Yeah, it looked like I missed out on a good conversation.
Well, the idea was that
no conversation.
The idea was that the Christ consciousness, just to clarify, so that and I think I'm being fair to him as well. The idea was that the Christ consciousness was something that you could not use at your will. It had to be just fully submitted to. That's all that you could do with it. And to me, that's the antithesis of it. It's what he spoke of is greater things. You could move mountains with your faith. All the things that he did, you would be able to surpass that. We were to step in his shoes and follow that kind of example. So it's like silly to say that we wouldn't have any ability to shape and carve and have cause and effect with our faith. That's the whole Christ consciousness in and of itself. Is we're not helpless, right? We have a cause and effect.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Go ahead, Dan, because go ahead. Yeah, I don't see the contention yet.
It seems to me that if the Christ consciousness, as you put it, exists, then his thesis makes far more sense and aligns more with reality.
In what way?
That would have to exist outside of you externally, and that the only way you could interact with it is to submit to it willingly.
That's absurd. That's the exact opposite of what the Christ character said. He said you're one with it. There's no need for an intercessor. You're directly connected to the source. Everything that he had, you had. He prayed to the Father. You'd have the same perspective, the same mindset. It's like exactly the opposite of what the dude said.
Well, it's
wasn't how I interpreted the Bible.
Well, I don't think it's exactly opposite of what he said either. He was saying, he was pointing at we submit. We've got to surrender to being curious. And I think my understanding of what he's pointing at, that Christ consciousness, it's innocence and wonder. And in that innocence and wonder, it's constantly curious. What is the Father showing? What is the Father revealing? What is the truth?
Is there
and that's completely fair, but that was not the argument.
It wasn't the way it came out.
Because the argument wasn't, do you submit to the consciousness of Christ? It was that was the only thing that you could do, and that there's no of your own will within that process, and that's not true. It's not how you interact with it. He said the only way you could interact with it was submission. And
it seems like
through my own experience.
That's literally consistent with every single thing I've ever heard in the history of all Judeo-Christian philosophy.
Okay, well, I think they were saying that, and I think even Dick would agree that there is a degree of submission in order to get the superpower. Now that you have it, you still have will over will where to
You don't have it though.
wield it.
What don't you
You
have?
you don't have it. It has you.
Well,
Okay.
And
call
you
it
All
what
can
right.
you,
you can you
Okay.
can be with it,
yeah.
but
Yes.
it's never
There you
you're
go.
never gonna belong to you. You're not
Okay,
God.
I'm okay with that. I'm not trying
Well,
to claim belong. I am saying it was gifted a superpower, not mine. I'm just able to use it. I'm borrowing the
yeah.
gun or the ray for that moment. And the only way I
Mm,
got it is because I submit to Christ. He found me worthy. Now I have this ability. How do you use it down here among these Vikings, Joe?
you don't. It uses you.
Oh,
That's the whole
wait.
point.
It's a
But
Okay,
combination.
that,
so let me
Hold
just
on,
yeah, go
make
ahead.
this statement. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you. I think it's a combination of what you're saying. You invite the Spirit of Christ to be with you, and then you trust that it's there, and then well, you pray and you trust your will stays with God's will, and then
Yeah.
that means God's will is yours.
You're
The
also
the
given gifts of the Spirit. You're also not supposed to just bury the talons. You're supposed to reinvest. You're supposed to be a good steward. Who's faithful with little is given much. The whole concept surrounds your ability to have
Put it to use
direct
what's
effect on your experience through your free will and following the truth.
not up to him. I didn't even see you up there, pal.
Yeah,
Yeah, blessings.
please jump in. You've got thoughts on this, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure as well.
Well, as I said, I think in the Judeo Christian sort of ideal or whatever, I think that it's too hard to conflate those two together, right? But I think one can certainly try to extract some of the the messages of of what Jesus was saying and apply it to one's own self, right? I don't think it has to be something that is unattainable for the person, although it does allow one to have like a sort of dissolution of the self and attaining to God's message and so on and so forth. So yeah, so is it God doing it or is it the person doing it? I think that's the main question
I
for
think that's what we're saying here. Yeah.
Well said. Way to frame it up.
It's like a bit of both. It's like like I take God's power with me and I decide I'm gonna go here and test the law somewhere. And God's working through me. I haven't, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, the sharpest tool in the shed. I go there and God works through me and he gets me out of the goofy trouble that I put my butt in. But I decided that I'm gonna use God's will to fight this bad guy today. And
Exactly.
the spirit seems to rescue me, get me out of really weird stuff.
That's
Good
right.
for you. Hey,
if
and
it's God's will.
Only if
well,
it's God's will, yes.
this is
It
what
could be God's will for you to fall flat on your face, and then you will.
We agree.
we find out when it happens, and
Yeah.
then we figure out what to do from there. But I was really considering this idea of fighting for peace, right? It is
Yes, I
time.
like it. I love the way he just phrased that. Fighting for peace. It made it stick. Very good. Fighting
Well,
for peace.
um,
I'm sorry if I threw you. I'm so sorry, but it was worth it. Fighting for peace. I should be writing that
oh,
down.
no, the best war is a war not fought. The best
Sun
way to
Tzu.
win a war is through proper strategy, application.
Sun Tzu swore about that shit. He
Let's
said,
apply
once you
it.
find yourself at war, you've already failed. And
You've
here's
already
what you
lost.
need. Yeah, here's what you need to do when you get there. But there's no winners once you've got there. He said the true guy, the one that should be admired, is not, because he moves in ways that people don't even see. You see in this case, he used the marksman with the bow and arrow and the sword guy, and all of y'all think they're the best because y'all see that the guy who's to get there, and according to him, Sun Tzu, they went and asked the sword guy and the arrow guy, who's the best? Because the people couldn't decide. And both of them said, there's a third guy who you can't even see. He's the guy that prevents wars, prevents these things from happening. You'll never appreciate him the way he's supposed to be appreciated. That's what Jack is saying.
Yeah.
I think we can do this.
Yeah, it's interesting the way you phrase that, because this idea of war in Islam is kind of like that, right? Because it's like jihad is like against yourself, but it's like war in the general sense. But the goal is peace, right, and submission and understanding. It's not the goal is not to continue the war. The goal is to end the war.
Right.
That's what we're here to do, guys. We are literally here. If you discover an enemy in your life, that's a target for you to learn how to love.
We agree. And he's probably not an enemy, Jack.
Right.
I'm coming to realize that even the worst of these fucks are probably these angels sent for me. Whether I acknowledge it, appreciate it, and all of that shit. These guys were crafted for me. Suck it up and be a big boy, Joe, and learn your lesson.
We reflect the light of life into each other. And
we agree.
Took me a long time to realize, but it is so true. The words I speak to you are primarily for me, especially if I'm critical. There's always a way where I'm doing the same thing in a different way.
That's the mirror shit.
Yeah, if I could, you said that on the other day, brother Jack. That hit me a lot too. Right, the advice you're giving others is actually what you need. Yeah,
that's the mirror shit. When I'm giving you guys a criticism or something, as this coming out of my mouth, the very first words I realize that it's really meant for you, Joe. I'm really talking to my damn self.
Hey, and I just wanted to, after thinking about it a little more there, because to me, if you can illustrate it or you can factually show, how something is, it's like if Jack says, in the power of Jesus, I'm no longer going to smoke cigarettes, or he casts out a demon, or he, helps someone get the confidence in this consciousness to overcome disease.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just nuance, but is that submitting, or is that using the power of the Most High for good as a co-creator with the Spirit? I guess it's just the perspective you're looking at it from.
And it's using the power.
You have to submit first.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I never argued that.
That's
you never listen to the nuance. I acknowledge that from the very outset.
You're the one not listening to the nuance. You're claiming that what
don't be ridiculous. We already covered that ground. Submission is, of course, an aspect of relationship to the Most High. Well, because that's already acknowledged.
I think he agreed with you. He's saying you submit, and I think that Dan was saying...
He didn't agree. He got into an argument with it, and now Gracie is... Yeah, he didn't.
Right now,
just go back and listen. It's all there. It's all on record.
And he started an argument, and Grazie's backstage now because of it. He came up here with a shitty attitude. He tried to troll, and unfortunately, Pantheon bit for the bait.
Let me jump in.
Actually, now let's be honest about it. Nobody has to listen to it, but people have a memory, so they could remember that the whole preface of what he said was there was nothing that you could do but submit. That was the only thing that was available to you. So I was making the point that there was more to that in the relationship with the Most High.
And I'm
so to say anything other is absurd, man. Just don't be disingenuous.
Now you're rewriting history and being disingenuous.
Please. There was a disagreement on words, and then feelings came out. And it's, I don't know, guys. I want to point something out though, because this conversation about surrender, and what I heard Pantheon saying too about surrendering to curiosity. I know that I've had to humble myself to the truth, right? And so if we think these thoughts through, really goodness, while it makes us feel greater, to really receive it with appreciation, we've got to be humble. And so if we can humbly accept ourselves as we are, and then trust that God's love is there for us with curiosity, and you start looking for evidence of God's love or signs that something is there with you, it shows itself. And like Joe and many of us have found in nature, man, you can see God's beauty. But it is the devil that will swell and manipulate the ego, the mind that thinks and the mind that
Yes.
tries and the mind that wants. But the spirit that knows, that's who we've got to find. We've
It's
got
got
to
a saying
know who we are.
in the Bible, Jesus said, "Don't worry about what you're gonna say when you get there, for it won't be you; it'll be us speaking through you." Uh, I believe that shit. You kind of like I was saying, you throw yourself or find yourself in front of a certain group of people and all of that stuff, and you're submitting. You actively you make the decision that what is how am I going to prove what is God's will, and the only active part that you got is you're keeping away, hopefully, your anger, your own self-interest, your ego. You keeping those things out of the conversation and letting the truth and the other stuff become float to the top. That's really all I'm doing is, is trying to speak as plain as truthful as I can and keep Joe Cool out of it. Your sub count, the last bitch you fucked, that's, how much money you got, that should never be part of the conversation.
Sounds like surrender to me.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot of surrender going on in that moment because my ego wants me to yell at someone and prove how dumb they are or how hypocritical they're being or something. But
That urge. Sorry, Joe.
I was going to say I play a backseat.
That urge of yelling at people, it's been an issue for me.
So you know that one too? Buddy of yours too?
Well, here's the reality. For us to grow up and grow out of that little temper tantrums, we've really got to look at what is it that's going on. And objectively, why should I yell at someone who doesn't understand?
And you're probably yelling because a shortcoming of you was reflected over there. It's something in you that you don't like and do. You're probably yelling at yourself a little bit.
Ooh, that's it. I'm judging myself for others not understanding. And then I'm taking it out on them with my...
Interesting. So it's maybe a form of abuse then, if you yell at somebody.
Yes.
It can be. And it honestly...
At what point do you cross the line? Like as soon as it's in any way uncontrolled, I guess, right? Or like...
Yes, it's got to be grow up, and grow up must be controlled. I like that metric, right? For now, anyway, yeah.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. Well, that yelling, growing up, I was raised the way that I was, but I knew that I was loved, but it wasn't always pleasant, and there was a lot of yelling, And,
I would have taught you how to communicate in your later years. It would have seeped in there. There's nothing around it. It would have been a way of communicating. That door would have been open because someone showed you that, here's another option to communicate this way. That's why I don't like Tyler Perry as he think, people think it's okay to be like, fuck that shit, girl. If he ever, don't you ever, that's not how you communicate. Third party, instead of talking to your husband, go tell your best friend she charged you up to dump that nigga. It's not communication, man.
No, it's not. But I've been learning how to communicate better with myself. And when I'm able to better understand myself, like recently, over the last couple of days, yesterday I was a Karen. I was a little bit bitchy online, and I had to look at myself and see what the fuck's going on, Jack. And I found I was sensitive. I was taking things in a way that allowed me to feel hurt, and I don't need to feel hurt by lies. Not at all. That's
very
stupid.
Good. So, that's that person. They're going to do that whether you're even in the room. They're going to be a liar. Hop in there and mold what you can, but don't take offense to some shit. You can't control a thing. If you get lucky, great. You don't get to get mad at him. That's him. He got to bear that burden. I don't have to bear the burden for being a liar. He does. I can still communicate with the cat.
I've had issues with that. Because in the past, for a long time, I have such a strict, for a long time, I've been focused on being honest. And so to see someone just lying or saying things as fact that I know are not true, God, I used
we
to get
we
upset.
we know you as that person, Jack. If a person gives you something where you think is lying or not true, you will fucking blow the fuck up. You're changing the narrative. You get great. Give your own version. Get back to reality. That would piss you though. Get out of your mind. Yeah, that'll end the conversation because you're so upset that they're being disingenuous. Well, in the past, I'm not speaking about recent. I don't know.
No, I get it. Yeah. I've been learning. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm continuing to grow. But
so a child's walking through the crosswalk and a passerby sees it and they see the car coming. It's blindsided because there's another car stopped. They don't see the kids coming through the crosswalk. The kids running along. That other guy screams, he yells with rage, "Stop! Stop!" And he saves that child's life with his uncontrolled energy but it's the intention, right? So he could give all he had, even his fiery type of language and, volume to it.
Right.
Because just saying it wasn't enough. Like he needed to scream it to get the attention.
It's not the greatest example, Dick, but
maybe
you're absolutely right.
I'll go back to my well on that. I'm going back to woodshed.
But
sorry,
there are times when using that yell and shit will be appropriate. Even the anger, there's a season for everything. So I wouldn't even argue this with myself. Even the anger and vulgarity and all of those things, if it saved that kid from running into the street, in this case, in my head, I'm talking about an adult from hurting someone or doing something stupid, then perhaps it was worth it. And hopefully you guys are friends afterwards and they realize that I was just trying to get you to see a thing, man.
Okay, maybe better there's someone abusing a child and the dude goes, and this is like scares the living,
very good.
The fear of God into them.
Yes.
And they get straight. They act correct. It's like, was that really the wrong thing to do? I don't know.
Hey, that example though with the kid, you'll also see someone yell and then they'll continue moving with that righteous anger. Maybe pull the driver out of the car, slap him around a little bit.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos like that. Yeah,
and that's where it's taking a natural protective measure, and it's using as an excuse for cruelty.
Okay, wait, check this out. I love where you're going. I'm gonna try to address it. As Dick was saying that, he was saying yell at the child to stop him from getting hit. I was saying yelling at the driver might have pulled it off too. If you're on the other side, you're closer to the driver, you yell at him crazily and he stops and he keeps the kid from getting hit. Either way, it was the same accident that stopped the thing, and Jack, I think, added to it. And if he continue on and yelling at the kid and shit afterwards, you've already saved his life. Now you may or may not be taking it for. I think that's what he was saying.
Hey, let's please pause and welcome back our friend Crazy Guru.
Good to see you, pimp. I feel like I ain't seen you in a while, Guru. I haven't. I don't think I've seen you in a while.
Yeah, blessings.
No. How is everyone?
I saw you 10 minutes ago, buddy.
Before you got backstage. There you ass,
right? Yeah, no. Welcome back. I'm sorry we weren't communicating well earlier, but I'm confident we can.
Hey, you wasn't communicating with me, but that was your problem with Jesus Panfin. He doesn't fucking like you at the moment, but I think you're awesome. I love narcissistical individuals because I'm one myself, but I'm here just to have a giggle, take it, not so serious as they did. Jesus Panfin doesn't like it when people associate him with an ego. He's a structure. Here to do his point of view.
Are we doing a Kanye West third party shit here? What are we doing?
Oh no, I have a multi-personality.
It's hard to hear everything you're saying. You're a little quiet or mumbled or something. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe it's just my mic. I don't know.
Yeah, the audio is not that great either.
Sorry about that, guys. It's coming through on my end saying it's perfectly fine, but I don't know.
All right.
Well, what this is, I don't know the specific diagnosis, but apparently he has multiple personalities that each have different names and identities. But at the same time, he says he has no ego. So,
what is the constructs behind the ego before you promote the one are multiple. Christ said this: "I am the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit." There's actually 4 in you, but 2 of them are connected ontologically. And I just operate from that a sense of awareness, not the ego. So when I form egos, I form characters, and they don't get on with everybody because they don't actually perform like an ego on autonomous. I have to think about it.
Still has ego, then it still exercises ego. I'm not sure it frees you up or anything.
No, an ego necessarily is something that's autonomously built into you. If you have to think it's just a character or persona.
And again, how could I validate anything you're saying? Like, how do you know this to be true? This 4.
I don't.
I know that it's
wait. Okay, I don't know if that actually, but go ahead.
Hey, Jack, what's his frustration on whether it's true or not? Why can't he just accept it? Why is he getting
interrupted?
Because you're espousing it as it's something that should be credible and considered. That's why.
Yeah, but if it was
every time you open your mouth, you do that.
Yeah, Dick, you do.
Here, Carl, specifically, brother, I don't think
if you don't mind, but Carl's is not who I am.
Can I please get through a point without whoever you are interrupting me?
No, I don't think that's fair.
That was funny, Guru.
Your interruptions are not fair. Guru.
You just say you got 8 personalities. That's funny.
Yeah, could you tell Steve to wait until I read this comment? Sorry, Jack.
Well, this is it. The ego is the part that likes to argue. For a man to claim he has no ego, yet he also identifies as having demons, and he self-identifies as narcissist, and claims to be the Christ, have the Christ consciousness. There's some confusion there.
But then he can say it's not me, it's my other character who has the ego, therefore, or that has the anger. So it's not really me. That sounds like a little
no accountability.
No.
I don't know. Everyone's internal journey is different, but I know that I don't want to tolerate the arguments. Bex, welcome back to you.
Thank you so much, Jack. Happy belated birthday. I'm well, thank you. Hello to everyone on the panel and to the chat.
Greetings. Howdy, Bex.
Why are you a red Bex inside the character of a green heart?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Early, but
looking forward to seasons, greetings.
Yeah. I have a question for Carl, and it could be applied to me at times, I'm sure, or maybe all of us. But what makes him so special that he expects everyone to make concessions for him, but he does not make concessions for anyone else?
Ego.
Great question.
What was the concession?
Great answer, Joe.
He gets to interrupt you all the time. His shit goes first. Answer my question before yours.
My DID, my this, my that. I'm not that person right now. Shut up, so and so. It's my turn to talk, et cetera, et cetera. Right? I mean, we can all be guilty of demanding people, bend to our will or make concessions without contracting them or whatever the terms would be. But he seems to think that for some reason his ailments make him have special concessions that he does not need to offer to the people around him. And it's actually disturbing.
I don't think there's that kind of consideration going into it.
That's what I yelled at when I first got up here and talked about his farm. That is it. So everybody must concede in the conversation if it's to progress. Sometimes you're going to bully on through to make your point. Other times you must concede. He doesn't. That tells me he thinks his conversation is more important. His view is more important. That tells me he thinks he's more important, and I can go down that line from there.
In order for that to be accurate, you would have to say he doesn't as often as I would like him to.
It's not all the time.
I would say outside of here is all the fucking time. I don't know about over here, but over there it's all the fucking time. Where I hang out with him over there with DNW.
Here, hold
He
on.
never yields.
Please. This may be accurate for Melissa. He may have tried his methods to connect and show love by supporting you all, but he hasn't tried understanding our ways, our methods.
Again, I agree.
Please calm down so we don't have to entertain your demands. I mean, that's not a lot to ask.
Yeah, this is a macro
He
picture.
concedes it to me and yields to me all the time.
I mean, Denizen is obviously white knighting for him. He really wants to validate him and kind of protect his reputation.
Wait.
I don't know what.
Wait. Jack,
that's funny, isn't it?
Den has a point. When it's just me and Guru, we don't go off on these tangents too. So I agree with Den. He can have regular conversations.
And dude deliberately came up here to troll him, which I don't think is irrelevant.
I would have missed.
I mean, really,
Nick does that. He does.
Really, it was a genuine inquiry, though. So I don't know how you could say that's a troll. Like, my point is 100% legitimate. It's an honest observation that I think would lead people astray if it wasn't looked at closer. If someone just took it at face value, that'd be terrible.
Let me bring this around back to the topic and an idea, right? The topic, finding more wellness, more goodness, more fulfillment in life, right? We had some miscommunications, misunderstandings. Crazy Guru is still in the back, but wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we can find ways to communicate with each other?
I think, Jack, if I can, if communicate is what I mean, it's in the secret is hidden in the word. If communicate is a back and forth, that means you must listen to the other guy and comment on his shit. He listens to you and comments on your shit. The other thing where one person's dominating or, what you're saying is stupid. So that's not communicating. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Tell you what.
Well, precisely, Joe. And so if anyone went back and listened to that, I asked him an honest question. I didn't get an answer, and then he wanted to play that verbal judo where it's like, I'm going to start firing my questions at you, but not consider anything you said to me. That's not a fair conversation.
Every
like you
time
said,
he tries to answer you
and it goes back and forth. You don't interrupt people when they're in the middle of their point, like Denizen's doing. You don't do that.
Let me
like you did
finish and you listen,
guys. Please, Jack.
Like exactly
would
like
you
you did to
consider
him.
doing this, Jack? Because I see you keep trying to progress the conversation. It keeps coming back. And I think it's rude that Guru is the only person who can't give his point. Guru, I'm begging you, if you're down there, let other people talk in full and don't interrupt so that Jack doesn't put you back and we'll be able to hear your side if Jack's willing.
Well, thank you. But I wanted to speak to you guys. Go ahead, Bex.
I was just going to say, I'm guilty of saying that my guru doesn't have a dissociative identity disorder. Like that's just, and that can be me trolling and not communicating effectively, right? But to be called inbred and other things because I disagree with a schizophrenic man or dissociative identity disorder that's allegedly ordered, I think that, right there, it sort of proves the point. Like, one concession Guru could just in chat when just earlier, like I'm guilty of not being the kindest person. That's what I'm trying to say is like, I said, you're not my guru. I don't need a guru with DID, right? And he chose to become insulting. So again, we're humans, right? So, at least I am. I don't know if he considers himself human.
It's funny. I thought that was a Fools and Tools sock account. It's funny that it's a Beck sock account. You guys have like the same brain cell that you share.
Oh, that's funny. It's not a sock account. It's my only account now. The Bex Factor is gone, so it's just that's who I am now. The Rad Chatter. It's no secret. But yes, it appears to be a sock. Not to mean to be pedantic. I wanted to say one more thing, Jack. I'm sorry, just one thing. I thought if Gracie could slow down, I'm guilty of being too emotional or using too many words. If he could just slow down,
that would help. I wonder if he knows something that simple, but yes, slow down.
So can I please get a thought out? Please? I've been patient. Guru has been patient in the back. I didn't want to bring him up without addressing you guys. Okay? So
Yeah.
I know you set out all your expectations for him, but he's not alone. All right? So, guys, I'm wondering, should I throw you guys out? This was what I wanted to ask you. Should I throw you guys out and give him a chance? Or can I trust you
Yeah,
guys?
let him do that,
to play
Jack.
along?
Let him have the floor. I think that's a great idea. Let him have his
I'd like
moment
to
to
stay
say
and
his
kick all
piece.
them out because I want to ask Guru a couple questions and his point of view on some of the shit. I'd like to stay up so I can get his opinion on all these things that were talked about him.
All right.
Oh yeah, and
Well,
hopefully you can bring us back up after he gets a chance to clear his air.
I'm going to bring him up, and please give him the respect. All right, let's see if we can return back to peace.
Sure.
Guru, welcome
Sounds
back.
good.
Are you there, brother? Okay.
Anything catch your ear, Guru?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I said, did anything catch your ear up here? It was a lot of it was talked about you that you wanted to comment on.
Was I listening to all? Yeah, I was listening to all, but like, I felt I heard someone wanted to ask me questions and said, I think that'd be easier, wouldn't it, rather than me just talking? Otherwise, I'm in the wild again with blindfold on.
Well, did you receive anything from what you heard from us? Do you have anything to offer to questions or feedback?
Yeah, it was all interesting perceptions. I've heard them all my life. I'm 45. I've tried to learn your guys' ways all my life. I failed at it. And get people to try and communicate with me a bit better. But I am who I am. I don't know how to change it. I've tried all my life. I've riddled myself with fears, told myself I wasn't worthy, that I was evil because I couldn't fit in with all of you. I find it very difficult to communicate with you guys. And I was raised in a family that worshiped narcissism and psychopathy. And, you know what I mean? I was really poor in the ghetto. I'm trying to connect now. I've done over 200 articles to explain my things, but people won't read them and still tell me, how do you know that's the truth? Like individuals like Dick did not once say to any of you from any of your claims, how do you know that's real? Prove it to you. But every time I made a claim, he did.
Okay.
I was getting treated different to everybody else.
Guru,
let me land this and I'll shut up. And so I don't know what to do. So I'm listening. If you guys get some answers, I'm willing to listen. But all I see here are the complaints, not the solutions. I'm trying. I don't know the answers to them, guys. That's my honest opinion to it.
Just a little clarity, Guru. You was flipping tenses there. You were like, I tried and I used to and I was. And some up-to-date tenses. Are you saying you still suffer from these things, or you got over them? And what are you saying?
No, people suffer them. I don't suffer anymore. I don't suffer them anymore. Other people do.
All right, that was my question. All right.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Other people suffer the behavior.
Only egos suffer other people's behaviors.
Well, then my next question is, you said that I've tried to communicate with you guys all my life. And you also said an up-to-date version of that. What is the distinction between you and all those you're trying to communicate with? Why are we different and you different from us?
I don't believe in things like good and evil and things like that. I don't believe in all that kind of thing. I think it's all that stuff doesn't make any sense to me. I don't believe in forgiveness. I think forgiveness is one of the biggest addictions, and the difference between me and everybody else is I can go my entire life without forgiving anybody and just love them.
Wait. So far, we agree on both of those. You may be making some assumptions like everybody is so different from you.
I'm saying, from my opinion, you don't. You just claim you do. You can ask me why I think that. That's okay. But it doesn't make them true. That's just the world I live in.
Yes, but
if I can, that belief that every one of us believes that we're so different, right? At some point or another in our life. And there are evidence for that. But there's something I wanted to point out to you, brother. It may have sounded like complaints about you, but when you were in the back, I thought I heard you say that you heard a bunch of complaints, but not solutions.
Yeah, not about me, but about my behavior, right?
Right. The solution for your behavior is you.
I don't know what that means.
it means you can't control other people. It's going your solution when you find it is going to be your change.
Mm-hmm. Just like my solution is and was and will continue to be my change, my development, so that others might be open to receiving what's up here, right?
Which
And
is the
what's
goal, right?
I have no idea. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't get it. Can you explain it in a different way? Reframe it a bit.
okay. What I heard from you is a similar struggle that I've had, and I think a lot of others may have. The past was the past, right? But to really share our gifts and the testimonies of our experience, we've got to learn how to communicate in a way that others are open to.
Okay, Guru, do you agree with him so far that in order to share these gifts you have, we and our gifts to you, we must learn to communicate? Do you agree with Jack so far?
We all must learn to communicate. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay, Jack.
Because, brother, you've got a vision, right? But I don't see it in your heart, not yet, because I still see your past is coming up. And while hasn't been the success you wanted in the past, you're growing into a beautiful man, right? You've got a wife.
He's absolutely a beautiful man. I'm very impressed with him.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no vision, by the way. I just want to make friends. I don't have any.
I can relate there too. We've talked about it.
We're not so different, Guru.
We are, because I love you.
Oh,
We're
see?
different because we don't love you. But everything you said, the first thing you said was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't believe in right, wrong. That's evil because I'm different from you. No one. That's lightweight shit. I don't believe in evil and good either. No one believes in that. It was serious. The next thing was the forgiveness thing. I don't do forgiveness. I don't need forgiveness either. And this thing about no friends seemed like Jack can relate to it. You haven't come up with an example where you're different from us yet. Just wanted to point that out.
No, you haven't seen it. You're not aware of what I'm saying, is what you meant, right? You haven't seen the example yet. You accuse me of not coming up there, and I get what you're saying, but what you mean is I haven't been able to relay it to you yet correctly.
Yes, agree.
What if I do this then? Do you know what shame is?
Yes.
Do you feel it?
I don't think so. Well, maybe a ping here and there. It takes about a second to get over it. It pops in my head, and might take a second. I'm not totally and I don't think I do things that I'm shameful of now. So if something popped in my head that I was ashamed of, it takes 1 second literally to be like, to get rid of that feeling, because it's just a feeling.
I have no idea what the feeling of shame is. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, in your childhood,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep.
I can relate to what you say, that you've been trying to do things their way for many years, and you consider it a failure. You haven't been able to sufficiently change. I wonder if I could offer you a cheat code or a hack that might be productive for you.
Always.
Let's hear it.
So I think you're right. I think you are fundamentally different than most people in the world. But what may help you communicate in the few instances in which it actually matters to you would be in those circumstances with those people. Look for the things that are similar and the things that bring you together and that you share with those you're trying to communicate with, instead of focusing almost entirely on the many ways in which you are definitely very different from everyone else.
It's really
it's not that big a deal for me, guys, honestly. I just don't
He
care
said in
about
those
that
instances
much.
where it is important. He said the
it's
few
people.
instances where it's
I
important.
couldn't hear his response.
Yeah, I was saying that it doesn't bother me that much. I'm not having a problem communicating with people. People haven't problems communicating with me. I'm fine. I'm okay.
You're not fine, Carl. Guru.
Let them run it, Jack. Let them run it.
Gracie, sometimes, like I said, few and far between when I mentioned it, it it does bother you. It frustrates you, and you
No, that's gaslighting.
even
That's not
sometimes
Guru,
you even sometimes
I don't
few
want
and far
anybody gaslighting
between.
me, guys. I don't want someone telling me what I feel, and it's not
we
true.
know
I
you don't
Even
want
sometimes,
Here we
No, I
go.
have a right to say that's
few
fine.
and
You
far
don't get to
between.
talk over him, Guru. This is what we talked about.
Please.
I don't want to be gaslighted.
It,
I know.
even
don't call it
sometimes,
gaslighting.
few
Here,
and
please.
far between.
Please
You
pause.
even
Just a moment. I want him to hear this, but if you're going to label it as gaslighting without even
No,
hearing,
that's what it is. It's absolute gaslighting. It's the definition.
No,
of it. If
that's
someone
what
tells me
you're.
what I'm
But-
feeling without asking me, it's gaslighting.
Guru, can you please just try and listen?
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
part of. Isn't that part of
Communicating.
communication? Listening.
Yeah, I got a reaction to when people gaslight me. So I'm sorry.
I know the ego reacts to what it wants to defend, and you're defending yourself. You don't want to be for you. Maybe it's not comfortable, and maybe this isn't.
I apologize, Jack. I apologize.
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
let-
Denizen, that's absolutely how I was feeling. Continue, brother. Tell everybody how I'm feeling.
I hope you remember what you were saying, Dan.
You know, if I can just
I
interrupt for
think
one
Not
second
right
and
now.
say,
but I don't want to hear what
Okay.
he said.
No, I
Go
said,
ahead,
I think
Denizen, you're
crazy.
absolutely correct.
If I was
sorry.
speaking,
Bex,
if I was
please.
speaking
Can you
Spanish,
wait?
yeah,
I
okay.
mean,
Yes, I
Please.
can. Sorry, Dennis.
can you
Sorry,
say it
guys.
again,
I
please,
was
Crazy?
just apologizing and saying, Denizen, I was just completely lying just a moment ago. That is how I was feeling, and I do feel that sometimes. You're absolutely correct. You know me better than me. Carry on telling everybody how I feel and everything, sir.
So is
Just-
that sarcasm?
It is. Just go ahead. It was just
100%
sarcasm.
it is, yes, Denizen. 100% it is. But that's the
Okay.
only way to get this conversation going.
So I'll finish. So I'll finish what I had to offer, and then you can shit on it after I'm done.
Oh, I already
That's
did
the
it.
polite way to do
I don't
it.
need to shit down anymore,
and
Denizen. I already did it.
And then I will express how I will interpret what you express to me in the future
I
as a
still
result
love
of
you,
how you've treated.
Guru,
I don't think you
seal
know
your
what love
lips.
is.
I just, Sharon, I love you. I don't-
So if love me by quieting yourself for 20 seconds while I relay my point of view.
Please.
So in those times, which I would say are few and far between, you have even expressed directly to me your frustration and a willingness to want to be able to communicate to some people, few and far in between, more effectively with your own words. That's if to say that I wasn't a fucking moronic child who can't clearly see when a friend of mine is struggling and is sometimes bothered or frustrated. That's if to say I can't interpret that because I'm a retard or a baby. So now that you've let me know that this is completely untrue, that I'm a gaslighter, right? And I'm worth only your sarcasm and your contempt, then I will keep that in mind. Jack, let me do this my way. I will keep that in mind the next time I assume what is a genuine frustration or feeling from you and take all your words with a grain of salt and act accordingly. That's all I have to say for now. I'll listen.
Thank you, Denizen. Guru.
Well said, Dan.
Oh no,
Fucking well said. I hope he heard you the way I did.
Yeah, Joe. It's incorrect. The only thing I've ever told Dennison is I'm frustrated that people say that they've got to listen to me, not the work. I'm not frustrated when anybody listens to me. My work, yes. Dennison's absolutely true. Everything I said is true when I talk about my work, but me, I don't care.
Okay.
So
Okay.
no,
So
I
then
was never frustrated.
No, never.
It's frustrated that the work
Oh my
itself
God.
won't get listened to unless, of course, I'm pleasable. So in other words, my behavior.
This level of mental gymnastics is surprising
All right,
for me.
enough of the negative. Let's
Could
go
it be
to
true?
coming from
Could
love.
it also be true? Could it also be true?
Enough
Could it
of
be
the
true?
negative.
Yes or
It's
no?
Peace and Jack
Jack,
time.
could it be true?
Peace
What I'm saying.
and Jack.
Guys, I'm asking. What I'm saying. Could
Yeah,
it be
fine.
true?
Fine, Guru. Yes.
Thank you.
Can we
Jack.
move forward? Someone else.
We
Thank
can
you.
now that we know it could be true.
Okay,
Yes.
Jack. Peace and Jack to all. Let's calm the tensions and make more love. You know, Jack, I think the thing is what you're dealing with is this is not about a mentality, Jack. This is not about a faith or a creed or a code. This is just about mental illness and that you can't solve mental illness by just talking like this to like Jack. People with mental illness have issues.
Holy cow!
And you have to be able to understand that, Jack.
I do understand, but I also understand someone's being stubborn and doesn't even want to listen, like a little insolent child.
But
So,
that's the illness. But that's the illness. Jack, dude, Jack, he
okay,
gets off.
all right. My description is inappropriate, and
No,
I
it's not. It's correct. It
apologize
is
for
a
the
child. It is a
mischaracterization.
child. No, you're right.
Okay.
But that's the point. It's trying to drag you down and get you to react in a way that instigates their dopamine and
We agree.
serotonin in their
We
mind,
agree in
Jack.
periods. Yes.
It is literally a physical addiction to argue for no reason and get people worked up and get into it. And that's what he does.
Well,
no, but that's that's what I'm trying to say. So the more you're trying to,
I think Imperius is on point with this one.
I am, but Jack is such a loving guy that he's going to keep trying and he'll convince himself to keep trying because he's a good man.
He might find a new approach.
Jack's a good
I'd
man.
keep
No,
trying
Jack's
too.
a good man. Jack's a good man. He cares. But at some time, you have to realize that people need to care for themselves, Jack.
I know.
And
actually,
a guy,
he knows that.
And someone who's addicted
Imperius
to,
up here dropping truth nukes.
like,
Amen.
Jack, until you deal, like, just like a smack addict or a sex addict, or anything, until you can get the addict separated from the dopamine or from the conclusion and the satisfaction that they get from it, you can't reset to any kind of homeostasis, Jack. He's just going to keep instigating with you and keep interacting because the actual interaction is what gets him off.
Well, some of our angels, don't matter who they are, what they put you through, very good. I'm learning.
Here's something that you said though too, and admittedly, as a man doing these live streams, I'm a little mixed. Part of me and my ego, I do like hanging out and talking and stuff, but for a long time, I've been treated like a joke, and people aren't taking what I'm saying very seriously. And I can help people. I know I can help people change easily. All I need is someone who's wanting to change. But
that's the rare thing.
That's the thing.
Then you and Guru find yourselves in the same position right now. You have the same struggle. If, and I don't believe they are, if these things you guys are saying are true.
It's more, I'm looking at the pattern of behavior like Jack said. And the only reason someone would continue, it's the same thing with what Kenny did yesterday to Jack. Kenny's interaction with Jack is a stimuli for Kenny that gets Kenny off because of whatever the dope, whatever he gets off in his mind. And he's addicted to treating Jack bad because Jack gets him, like, in that interaction, gets him off, gets that rush going, just like that rush you take when you hit a bump or anything.
It's not you, bro. And
I love it. I love it.
Like, and it's like, that's the thing. And I want to mention one thing in the chat.
I'd like to be backstage. I don't want to be listening to this. This is disgusting. I can't sit here and allow people.
But you don't have to sit
here.
Pause. Carl, Guru, what were you saying?
It's awful. I don't like sitting here and listening to people talk about other people who are not here as if they can speak for them, and they're not in their minds. They can talk about their observations, their behavior, but the way in Peter's You asked me a question. Do you want me to answer it or not?
Right. Well, let's focus on the solution.
Yeah.
How long do I need to hear your complaints before we focus on a solution, my brother?
Right. The discernment. Your view of it to see as a
Please address my question. Okay.
This is a question. Sorry,
you're just complaining. Do we just have to hear you complain?
Stop whining. I don't know to say stop whining.
I'm saying that this isn't correct. We shouldn't be doing this. This is not love.
We heard, but do you get to control other people?
Jack's
is there something you can do?
What
do we do besides hear you complain and make the conversation to complain all the time?
You fight and mock Jack, though.
Please.
Aren't you doing that right now, Joe?
Guru, rather than interrupt, if you're not pleased with the way it's going, you're free to hit that link that says disconnect anytime you want. You don't have to interrupt and complain because you've got an urge of something you don't like. Okay, is that all right?
Yes. I wasn't complaining, no, sir.
Like we all, I mean, look, I have empathy for his complaints and what he's feeling. Like we all do. I think it's normal
Agreed.
for human beings to have empathy. I feel bad that you're upset. I do. I'm not, but again, like we've
I'm
got
not
a
upset
valid.
with this. Again, gaslighting. I'm not upset. I'm concerned.
Okay,
You're
I'm
concerned.
I'm
Now,
sorry.
He's
I'm
trying to
sorry
get his
interrupt.
dopamine rush from you now, Imperious.
Okay, so
Concerned about Kenny, who's in the back, and I've been very clear with Kenny. His
I'm not
behavior.
concerned about Kenny. No, good track. No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not. I lost track then. My apologies.
No, sir. I'm just concerned that when we say these things, people say them from a position of saying that they know, rather than this is what I'm observing. Maybe it's this, maybe that.
That's what I said. I'm looking at a pattern of behavior.
Okay.
I just said I'm looking at a pattern of behavior. That's literally what I said.
I'll look at the transcript tomorrow and I'll let you know.
I literally said pattern of behavior.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll do that then. I'll take
right.
your word for it on good faith, and I'll shut up and I'll look at it tomorrow.
Okay.
Like I'm
Can
not
I
trying to
interject
grill
for a
anybody.
moment?
Let Bex.
Sorry,
Go,
Bex.
go.
Sorry, Bex. My fault, Bex. I'm sorry.
Please.
I just wanted to say that, like, gaslighting is actually totally sowing a narrative over someone, right? It's actually completely creating a false narrative. Now, when human beings are confused, when human beings are confused in communication, okay, so not even knowing they're confused, right? When I say crazy, I see this in your behavior. I'm not trying to gaslight you, even if that's not what you're seeing, right? So can we drop the buzzwords and maybe talk about our mutual confusion?
I didn't do that. If you said that to me, I wouldn't have said you were gaslighting me. I wouldn't. That wasn't gaslighting. See what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's exactly what I said.
I'll give you an example. Jack, can I give him an example?
That's
really
exactly
quick?
what I said. You accused me of gaslighting.
Hold on, guys. Let Jack have a minute. I think Jack wants a minute here. Hold on, guys, please.
I'm just praying to God.
I know we need him right now, Jack. We need him for this, Jack. We can't. Yeah, this is.
My next question would just be for Gracie. Have you ever communicated with somebody who doesn't speak your language? Like just you and somebody else sitting at a bench or sitting somewhere trying to have a conversation and they don't speak English?
A deaf person, not a.
Yeah,
yes.
It's like you don't get it.
Yeah. So my point is that when two people don't speak the same language and they're trying to have a conversation, neither would ever be gaslighting the other when they were, trying to get to the source of the communication.
There's no bad faith. There's no
That's not what
sometimes, even though we're all speaking English, sometimes we need to just approach the conversation like that.
I don't want this lesson, Bex. Ready? Go tell other people I agree with you.
Okay, Guru. I will give you this example. Guru, I'm going to give you this example. When I first came on here, Jack used to say, "I've noticed a pattern of behavior in Imperious, where you're sexually abusing the women in the chat." And so Mariah talked to me after that, and she said, "You do kind of do that." Emily even said you. And so I listened to Jack, and I toned it down a little bit. Not all the way, but a little bit. And then that's what I'm saying. And so, Guru, that's all we're saying. It's like you can be like people can say, "Hey, I noticed this power."
The category of this, Anderson. Nothing to do with what I'm doing. I don't get what you're talking about. Please say it in a different way.
Where you said.
Yeah, it's full of deaf ears, but I'm not following you. Can you start again and maybe rephrase it for me?
He's trying.
Sure. Let me tell him. You were arguing that you said you need like a pattern of behavior and you don't like people just making assertions about you in these kind of ways.
No, other people.
But that's what I'm saying. Other people. You don't like other people, other beings making assertion about you, right? That's kind of what your whole point was.
It was. That's why you called it gaslighting.
Listen, I'm answering you. That's not what I said. What I'm saying is I don't like it when people say that this person is doing this and doing that, when really you should be saying, I've observed these behaviors. It looks more like this and more like that, and that's not the way you described it, because that's not the way I heard it. But if I made that mistake, I'll look at it tomorrow. Let's move on, please.
Okay, let's move. What I'm saying to move on to is this.
Please, let's move on. Just leave it. Let's move on, Jack. I said I'll look at it tomorrow. I can't debate this. I don't have the answers. You're saying what I'm saying. I made a mistake. I'll look at it tomorrow. That's okay. I made a mistake. Can we just please move on?
There's no accountability here, Guru. You'll exist forever like this. You'll
Accountability.
stay in torment.
Are you saying that
You have an
what
excuse
you
for
guys are
every
not correct and I'm
fucking
incorrect?
thing.
No,
You
but
don't
Guru,
have to
Guru,
put
you
people
no, but hold
on.
on.
Let's move on.
Please,
I was trying to
please.
talk.
Let's
They're
move
talking
on,
over me
Louis.
now.
Just can we please
So
move on? Drop it.
Let's not continue aggravating. Guru, please. Maybe you should just step back for a little bit, okay?
Why? I'm okay. I can just stay.
For
Just
today.
move on. I'd like to stay. I'd like to stay and move
Okay.
on. There you go. Let's just move on.
Well, but Jack tells us if we move on.
Yeah, you can't guarantee that,
This is
Guru.
Jack's show. Jack will discuss whatever Jack wants.
It's all right. I do want to move on. Tell you what, here is an option. In the back is Mr. Kenny Given. He claimed in the private chat he's here to offer an apology, but he also claimed
this will be a break in the show.
you're easily fooled and I will get you is what Mr. Kenny says.
So much for the apology.
What about a bail amount, Jack? So like
Here.
he pays $50 to hold on to until he comes up and shows he's not doing that, and you'll return it to him afterward.
We'll bring Kenny up for the Talcott Anonymous meeting. Let's see what he's got to confess. Welcome, Kenny.
Nice
Talcott
Soundgarden
Anonymous.
shirt.
That's beautiful.
Kenny?
Even Jack in his own Talcott Anonymous meeting.
Here, maybe this is more appropriate for Kenny. Kenny, what do you
This is great.
You should have a guy in a kilt running over through there. That'd be Kenny.
He may have stepped away. Let me drop
That is a good one too.
You know the thing? What was really bad though, Jack? As much as he thought he got you yesterday with that whole thing, it actually looked like he was having sex with a man. So it actually got him. I'm just saying.
Everybody heard him not imply the things he said earlier on. You all missed it. Okay. No problem.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, not everybody. And you know what, guys, all of us. I can respect and appreciate everyone who's here. Holy cows. Kenny is something else. It looks like he's back. So
Let's go, Kenny. Let's get a good apology to the Talcottian King.
Kenny, welcome back.
And you're weary.
I knew it.
Feeling small.
Thank you. I was hoping you weren't going to have patience for that today, Jack, 'cause I don't.
Jesus, Jack, he's just making a mockery of you. He can't even come on and just be serious with you, Jack. It's that Scottish humor. You know what I mean? It's just...
Well, he has a little bit of a inflated sense of his singing ability.
Well, obviously.
I'm no singer myself. Don't take me the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't want to sing. I'm a horrible singer.
It's not the kind of singing ability where, like, if you're in the middle of a panel, everybody just wants to take a break so we can hear his voice. You know?
Prayers for Gaza. Prayers for Gaza, Jack. Prayers for the Gazans.
He's not Tony Bennett. You know what I'm saying?
Prayers for you Ukrainians, Jack. Prayers for Ukraine, too, right, Jack? Are we praying for Ukraine, too, Jack?
Slava Ukrainians.
It's for peace. Truly.
Peace,
I mean, we do have this opportunity, and I know there's a lot of doubters and a lot of people who want to say I'm not doing anything, but I'm doing what I can to get connected, and eventually my calls are going to start getting returned. And,
Jack, I'll always return your call. Always.
Actually, I spoke to a promising opportunity today, but unfortunately it was right at the time I was supposed to get started, and we had some technical issues.
We will wait though, Jack. We'd wait for you if you had an important call. We'll wait for you, Jack.
Oh, I made people wait. There was
I'll wait all day, Jack. I'd wait till 6, 7 o'clock for you, Jack. Wouldn't bother me.
Well, here I'm telling you, I know this is the solution for all of us. It's the micro and the macro. We've got.
Hey, Jack, let me offer something, and for you in particular, I think that you will have some success. I hope me and you are still buddies and I'm around. I said, I think you have no idea what it is going to look like. I think it will not look like you think you're going to get in someone's ear. I think you're going to stumble upon something, and whatever it is, it's like some rapper, a guy wants to rap and he turns out to be a writer or an artist or whatever the fuck. I think that's what's going on with you. I think these talents and skills, they're going to, and I got an idea where they're going to fall. They're going to fall in the fucking with the regular people, in my opinion. Won't be even the high class elite. It'll be you'll stumble into a group of motherfuckers that
Jack, you're easily relatable to the normal man.
it'll
Jack.
fall into
You're
the
like the
normal guy
everyman.
where
You're
your
like the
strength will
blue
be.
collar. You're like the blue collar car worker, or like the
You'll get
construction.
powerful over there, and they'll
Okay,
probably
if
come to
that's true,
you
why hasn't it
as
happened
opposed
yet?
to you going to them getting their
It
ear.
has
It'll
happened. Look,
probably
we're all
happen
here.
that way.
And Jack, let me just say this
I
before I
haven't done
go.
it.
Look, all I know is that I've seen the work that Jack does. I've seen the success Jack has had and the influence Jack has had on people. And that, I really do appreciate Jack. I appreciate his show. I appreciate the message. I don't appreciate.
What does Jack say about curiosity?
Jack loves curiosity. Jack believes that you should be curious to new things.
Keep going. There's a lot Jack has said.
Yeah, Jack's a good man. Why are you railing on Jack today?
I'm not.
I'm not sure he is.
Yeah, you're trying to narcissistically impose my question to you is on Jack's move of you. I'm asking you a question, brother. That's all. Maybe
I'm not on a witness stand, bro. I'm just saying goodbye before I head out. Relax.
No, you're on a panel, brother. No, it's
I was heading out. Heading out.
I'm just asking you a question, brother.
This is mania, Jack. This is mania. But
it's okay.
It is a little mania.
I'm just asking a question. What the frick's going, Joe?
I wasn't talking to you though. That's the point. That's like let me ask you a question. Do you go through the mall and just randomly ask people questions when they're in conversations with other people? Then you're autistic. Then you're very autistic. I understand now. Now, Jack, let me get out. I want to get out of here. I want to say goodbye to Bex. Bex is one of I love Bex, Jack. I really do. I love Bex. She's a good girl.
Can we align the fact that you just said that makes me autistic like a negative thing?
Thank you,
I can't even.
This show against autistic.
Look at. Thank you, Jack. Jesus, my Lord.
He's just trying to say his goodbyes.
Please. Denizen, I love you. Have a good day. Joe Cool. Football season coming up. It's gonna be good. Dodgers got Scooble. I'm very happy. In the chat, Jack, I want to say goodbye to Mariah, my love, my main bee. And then I want to say goodbye to Snowfire. I love her. And then even Jack, who I've been noticing, Traditional Rose looks really good too, Jack. She looks real pretty. So I'm looking at her too. She might
remember what they said about hitting.
No, I love you, Jack. I love the panel. I love those women. I hate all the rest of the chat. I hope you all get smallpox. Have a good day, Jack.
Later.
God bless.
I can arrange a more intimate meeting with the woman in the red dress, Imperious.
Can we welcome Hank, please? Welcome back, Hank. How are you today?
Now, fuck that guy.
Oh, you know what? Hank, I did you a disservice. You asked a question a long time ago, and I never even got it out. Asking the whole panel, has anyone read the Book of Five Rings?
I don't know what it is. It sounds like it's attached to Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, it's a book by Musashi Matsumoto.
It doesn't sound like it's attached to Lord of the Rings anymore, suddenly.
Yeah.
Welcome to you, Hank. You got anything on your heart?
Wait. Did Hank want to tell us what the book was about? That was it? You just wanted to ask if we read it? Was there something you wanted to say about the book? Did you ask that for a reason? Was it pertinent to the conversation at the time? I'm curious now.
Oh, yeah. So he was a samurai warrior in the feudal period of Japan. So he pretty much he'll teach us how to end wars via strategy.
Okay. Beautiful. It was pertinent. Yeah.
Thank you. Crazy Guru, I dropped you in the back because I was trying to let Imperius say his final words and he could get out of here. Sometimes you just got to practice patience. But
I have a question. I was hoping to ask before I or Gracie leaves, and I hope this isn't turning backward. Why did Jesus Pantheon, take his leave. Why is Crazy Guru here right now?
So Jesus Pantheon came onto the show because Crazy Guru was getting in the way of me listening, researching Jack and everything like that. And then for weeks for months now, I've done deep research into Jack. Jesus Pantheon did. He did so much work. He wrote a book for Jack. Really did everything no other person's ever done, that's ever been on one of these panels ever for Jack. And I got the receipts to show that. And he sat here for weeks and weeks to support Jack. And then tonight, others who came on the show acted badly and said that Jesus Pantheon interrupted you and wouldn't know it's me. And he got the blame for me for a lot of shit, and then said, nope, he couldn't handle it. He hasn't got defense mechanisms like me. So he's a fragile unit that was trusted to come on the show, and Jack broke it tonight. So I don't think I would be able to get him
Can
back.
someone translate that?
Yes, I'll translate it.
I was speaking to Denizen, and that was interruptive, Joe, like you've told me all tonight, or, whatever. Denizen, did you get that, brother?
Yeah, I was going to ask you to repeat the last sentence, though, only because I couldn't hear it through the Welsh.
Yeah, that basically Jesus Pantheon is a much fragile soul and was here just to learn things and everything. And when he was told and accused of being disruptive, interrupting, which he's never done ever since being on the show. See, like that. I have, by the way, Joe, but Jesus Pantheon never has. He done so much work for Jack and showed him so much love. Tonight he didn't feel I was returned, and I couldn't get him back. So
That's so funny.
When he comes back, he comes back. But instead, I came on because I just wanted to speak for him and say, "Fact that Jesus Pantheon has never done anything to any of you guys. He's been the most respectful character you've ever got out of me, and tonight he was accused of that."
I miss Jesus Pantheon's arrival.
The word was accused. That's what I didn't hear before. So thank you for repeating yourself.
No problem, brother.
You got a response, Dennison, because I wasn't here for Jesus Pantheon's presence.
No, was
so
this was me though, right?
Came up with a combative attitude. He questioned something which is well. I'm gonna have to turn down my volume because now he's gonna do it to me, and I don't have the patience. Okay, so he came up with a deliberately combative attitude and started questioning Pantheon's assertions about questions which have been asked since the dawn of mankind.
Right on.
There's no evidence or proof to the answers of any of these things.
Right.
Yet he came in demanding evidence as though it should be readily available for him. Okay. And when Pantheon, in good faith, attempted to answer his question, he kept interrupting him and talking over him, increasing both the combativeness and the condescension in his tone as he was doing so.
Very good.
And then Pantheon rage quit, and we had Guru up here.
All right. I need to hear all angles.
What
Dick.
say you all? Yeah.
Shit is necessary. Troy, I just need to hear all angles.
Yeah. What say you all though? Is that truth? Did that resonate?
Yeah, I was there. Yes, absolutely. I was there. Wasn't on panel, but I was there. I saw it.
Dick, you do have a way of kind of poking and aggravating. I don't think you intend to do it, but it's just how you communicate. And I saw you two it was escalating, and I froze. When our emotions get going, then the mouths keep going, and then we're not hearing each other.
I didn't do a good job of de-escalating, is what you're saying. Maybe I could have figured out a way to keep it calmer. Calmer heads could have prevailed there.
You did an excellent job of escalating, though.
You didn't hear what Dennis
said. Not exactly that you didn't do a good job of de-escalating. You did a ship-shape job of escalating.
By asking a question.
By asking a question like a
condescending tones, interruptions. He said how.
His conclusion is accurate, though, and let's not dismiss that. We can do
so
better.
My tone is wrong. I need to change my tone. All right.
So a condescending tone. Your tone. A condescending tone is more wrong than a meek and shaky tone. Like
no, it's got nothing to do with the tone.
And shaky more. Yeah, sorry.
I need to be timid and kind of
Would you
mousy.
like the answer, or do you just want to keep talking? I'll give you the answer. I don't have to.
Man, you know.
I got a way to explain this to Dick. Dick, do us a favor. Every time Jack.
No, I wanted to hear Dennison's answer. I thought he was going to give me the answer.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised, and I'll give it to you. Yeah, so the tone is attached to your intention and your attitude. Trying to separate the two as though you're being tone policed, that's what we refer to as gaslighting.
Very good.
Well said. But would you say that there's a passive aggression potentially to a behavior like Grazy's? I'm not saying Grazy directly.
I wasn't.
But I'm saying, can there be the same intention behind people playing meek and playing victim?
Yes, but Grazy wasn't here.
Well, let's be clear. You're saying
Jesus Pantheon.
You're insinuating or presupposing that you have an absolute certainty that you know my intention, that going into it, I was absolutely fraudulent in my intentions.
I think he's aware every month.
Is that what I said?
He didn't say.
Well, what are you implying then? What are you implying? Why don't you clarify?
This is the same exact thing that you did.
Why don't you clarify then?
Dick, because it's well understood to everybody who isn't being deliberately obtuse, sir. You're not owed an explanation beyond the reasonable. Everybody else gets it but you.
I got it.
So perhaps you should pause, go to the chat, rewind the stream, and listen intentfully. And if you still don't get it, try it 2 or 3 or more times.
Try me.
Then we'll revisit
that my intentions. You're implying that my intentions were not genuine or authentic. It's exactly what you were implying.
I think you were being genuinely antagonistic.
It came across as pretty disingenuous.
That would have inauthentic intentions. If I was not coming in to genuinely ask a question and my true intention was to be antagonistic, that would be meaning I was not authentic in my intentions.
Speaking of not being able to understand
nuance, you can get caught in nuance and play a game like that. But
now we're caught in nuance. Before we couldn't understand it. Now we're caught in it. This guy's a fucking trip.
Nuances. We are very clear that when a motherfucker says, "Man, I can't stand you," it's not just the words; it's the energy behind it and all of those things. For you to, act like you don't understand. All I said was a word. That's bad.
No, I do understand that. I agree with that. You're implying that my intentions were actually not to ask a question genuinely. Okay. You're saying that when I came in that I wasn't actually asking something because it seemed to me an absurdity to state an absolute that the only connection you could have to Christ consciousness is submission.
That is irrelevant. You weren't complacent with the rest of the panel. You weren't polite.
And literally no one said that.
What it did seem like, Dick, whether intentional or not, and I don't think you have any intentions of being rude or being a dick. Well, sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what's being alleged here. But
sometimes
you,
I know.
Jack.
In this case, I don't think that was the clear intention, but the way it came through, it seemed that way.
I could watch 60s of seconds of that shit, and I'd be able to tell.
It's
I don't know.
I thought what he was saying was arrogant, and I thought it needed to be questioned.
He deliberately talked over him and wouldn't let him answer, proving your intent.
Here, actually, what Dick said, I don't disagree with either.
What he said,
the way he felt Pantheon. What I heard is that Pantheon was coming across as pretty arrogant and felt he should be.
I've never seen Guru not be arrogant, and yes, and I could understand motherfucker thought he was checking him, and then your answer to Dennison's would have been a little different. It would have been, I was being aggressive and I was trying to check him, not what you're saying.
No, I felt it needed to be questioned. I don't think I was being overly aggressive. I asked a genuine question and he was evading it. He was obfuscating from it. He didn't want to answer the question directly, so he went into that manipulative tactic where you just start shooting questions at the person who asked a question. And, that's not a productive communication. You can't actually get to any kind of productive communication with that. Like you are with me right now.
Yeah, you're repeating yourself. We heard you say that the first 3 times.
Yeah, facts need to be repeated.
Answer, and then you're
facts need to be repeated. We can't just be in our feelers and our emotions and act like
right now, Dick?
Because we want to have a hard-on about Dick that justifies us espousing a bunch of shit.
Are you shutting down communication right now?
Don't be a mock spook, Dick.
Guys, what are we doing? I mean, come on.
Responding in kind.
Well, this is where we can.
You're the one who came in with that energy. You created it.
Guys, here.
The energy you're holding right now?
I want to swing
back.
Yes,
the energy I'm giving you right now.
I'll absorb it. I'm taking it.
Give me your pain.
Right.
Jack.
So you're leading by example, I see.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
I wanted to swing it back to the original conversation that I think got confronted by Dick. And that was by Guru saying the path is through surrender. And this from GTG, submission. Submitting and submission, it's the way for the false self to give up the act. And it's the only way the authentic being in the present who's calm and knows, it's the only way for the authentic one to come out is we got to submit. And it sucks.
Did anyone disagree with the submission part?
Yes, Dick does. He thinks it's completely absurd. He came up here just to tell us that.
No, it was more. It was.
And who's being disingenuous?
Curiosity
you
presented. That's what was being challenged. And Andy, thank you for the contribution.
Submission is not the only way. You take control of the Holy Spirit. That's what you said.
Right, but facts are facts.
And then 5 minutes ago, you called it
remember,
absurd.
And if they have any kind of recall at all, know that what you're saying is bullshit.
They don't need a recall. It's on video. It's recorded in the stream. It's exactly
so
what
they
you
could go
did.
back and listen,
and
or
then
they
20
can use
minutes
their own
after
memory.
you used it to shame him and run him off the panel, you halfway agreed to it to the point where Joe couldn't even tell that you came up to disagree with it to begin with.
He did agree by the time I came.
And here's what's funny about y'all. You'll sit here and defend this guy when he was obviously
Nobody's defending
wrong.
anybody.
You'll white knight for him when he was completely wrong.
Yeah,
so
my
my tone,
14-year-old
feminist? My tone is the only thing that you can focus on. You can't even focus on that I made a valid point. That's how absurd you are.
Like you work for Fox News. You're not interested in having a
I
conversation.
talk like someone that's logical. Let's just so you just want to throw logic out the window because you're in your feelers.
You don't even realize it yourself.
You talk like an effeminate man who's in his feelers, who can't deal with facts. That's what you talk like.
Pick up love. Throw out logic. Pick up love, please. Thank you.
Get out of your feelers. Get out of your feelers.
Any chance we can find more wellness, goodness, fulfillment?
Probably because you're killing
I think we're helping Dick right now. I think we're giving him exactly what this is the medicine he needs. And clearly he came up for it, Jack. You saw that. He needed it so bad he rose from the chat to come and beg for it from the whole panel.
Dennison thinks he's in a therapy session.
It's your therapy session, brother.
What we all need is peace. Once we have peace, we don't have to argue, right? We can discuss.
We are peace, Jack.
Are
We're
we?
the only perspective for it. That's all we. That's the only place we can find it is in ourselves. That's really the only place it exists.
I'm trying to share it. I really am.
Not horrible, both of you. Not bad.
You listen to Dick and Joe both interrupt Jack and tell me I do it all the time. It's mad, that is.
Hey, Guru, thank you.
You can only point people where to find it, Jack.
Is the concept of Jesus pantheon based in something related to Jesus?
I would say so. Yeah. What do you mean related to Jesus and Jesus Christ?
Well, I just mean like I'm newer. I haven't been around the last couple months, so I have seen you on panel, Gracie, but I don't know enough of your story yet. I just ask if Jesus pantheon is somehow related to Jesus, why is he so fragile? And I'm not trolling. I'm sincerely asking.
What makes you think Jesus Christ wasn't fragile?
You said,
Well, I mean, maybe I'm too influenced by Hollywood, but I do think that, to be persecuted to the extent that he was, it takes one tough MNFer. No disrespect intended.
You would never, ever, you could beat me till I'm dead. You'd never, ever be able to get me to say I forgive you because I don't need it.
Did you just
Jesus killed a fig tree just because figs weren't in season. I mean,
I mean that's what I'm listening to. I don't know what they're talking about. When people, I don't see Jesus. I understand, Bex, you might, but I think religious dogma has corrupted your stories. I follow the Gnostic text of Christ, so we probably have a completely different understanding of what it means. So that's probably why it's linked to it. I think I understand this problem has come up lots before. Is we have two completely different interpretations of the Bible. Don't see my melody.
I can appreciate that answer.
It doesn't mean one of you's wrong and one's right. You could both be right.
I don't believe in wrong and right.
Thanks for the obvious, Scott.
There you go.
Let's get back to Jack.
Back to Jack. Hank, you direct this train. You're doing a good job up there. You look like a blind Ray Charles.
A blind Ray Charles. So I'm going to try to make sense of that.
Yeah.
Is anyone interested? It does link to Jack's topic, which is about wellness, goodness, and fulfillment. My answer, which I've given out, is to let go of forgiveness. Forget it. You don't need it. Forgiveness is, to me, an ego is someone who uses forgiveness, whereas a self is someone who understands forgiveness is something to learn for themselves. So I never say to somebody, I forgive you. I say, I've now come to recognize there was nothing to forgive. Now I understand what's actually going on.
I say, I don't need your forgiveness. You're doing better, improving, seeing. It makes the world to me. I don't need forgiveness. That's all I say.
Well, forgiveness is something you do for yourself.
Yeah, I see forgiveness as something that tells me I've come confused and I don't understand what's going on, so I need to figure it out. And so my son, if I'm like I'm confused or something, I will then, I tell him, look, I've got to think about this, brother. No one's coming along and beating my wife, and then I'm going to be like, oh, that's okay. I'm going to have emotions. I'm a human, but I never go off forgiveness. If I think something needs forgiveness or revenge, I understand that's a corruption within me. And so what I do is Does Crazy Guru recognize that these people who are not like him use the word forgiveness when they mean the action that you do yourself? Yeah, I recognize everybody else uses the word forgiveness like a form of love.
Yeah, that they use almost every word interchangeably, subjectively, and sometimes deliberately, like, not deliberately, but literally the opposite of what it actually means.
Knowingly.
Yeah, because like for me, some people they'll say the word love, but when I ask them what it is, they can't really tell me. They can tell how they express it and things like that. But if I said to them, well, is love for me the action of combining acceptance and appreciation over finding out the cause and effect of something, not adding subjective narratives like intuition, instinct, or intellect to it. You just look at, like I said, just be curious. What happened? How did this happen?
So now, is that not an adaptation that you would automatically achieve over time, knowing how they use these words and having some kind of algorithm for predicting what the premise is and what the suffix is of each word in its context, similar to how even a chatbot can do it? Certainly Crazy Guru can do it.
Yeah, I've created a whole language called Kailion. It's all online for people to discover it. It's a denotational-based language that uses Christic logic.
That is not what Dennis is saying.
No. That's your language. I'm talking about the interlocutor. The language that translates in between.
Here, let's. Sorry. I want to welcome Objective Ethics, but I know you guys did something.
No, we can do this anytime. There's plenty there to discuss anytime.
Thank you. Objective Ethics. Welcome to you, brother. How are you doing? Are you there?
Yeah, I just wanted to unmute. Yeah, I'm living the dream, family. Nice to see you all. It's been an interesting conversation. Kind of tough to follow, to be honest with you. It's kind of a lot of back and forth, a lot of energy. That's for sure being shared. But that's all right. Sometimes you got to get through it to find the truth, right? Dennis,
thank you.
I think you're offering a lot
in the
of
truth anymore.
That's why
I think asking
you're offering
questions is important too.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that Dennis, and I think you're offering a lot to the conversation. I think you're being dismissed too quickly, but that's just my 2 cents. But I did have a quick question for Carl and for Frank or Hank. I'm sorry, brother. I did not mean to be disrespectful. Hank, not Frank. if I could, just really quickly, both of you guys have challenged me to a formal debate, and I have a very busy schedule. So I've been trying to get you guys locked down on a date so I can schedule other things. So can we just do that really quick? You guys have a calendar in front of you? Let's get this locked down.
Oh, if you're talking about Charles' objective, yeah, he just wants an arena.
September 5th, okay for you, Carl or Charles, whatever you're going by, brother?
Yeah, I understand who you're referring to. Yeah, Charles will be there for that. Don't worry, and you'll have a good time. But like, it's the arena. This weird thing. Is it? Are we speaking to Jack about this to hold it here, or are you looking for finding notice? I don't want to suggest anything to upset anybody, but that's the only thing I'm trying to pin it down for Charles is the arena. Dates and times is okay.
Yeah, I'm fine personally with anything. The only thing is I don't think, since the topic is supposed to be the existence of God, I don't think it would be appropriate to do it on Jack's channel, because I'm gonna come pretty hard on that topic, and I know that that's really important around here. So I don't want to be disrespectful or dismissive of what Jack's trying to accomplish.
Sorry, Charles will destroy you, and my God is almost exactly the same as Jack's. We preach the same thing. My God is called truth.
Yeah. Sounds like a winner. Is your God necessary, Crazy?
I don't know. Is truth necessary for you?
No.
That's a yes or no question, brother. That's a yes or no question, because we have to figure out a prompt. Is your God necessary or not?
I don't know is my answer.
Don't debate.
So what's okay? What's that, Frank? What's that, Hank?
Yeah, schedule me now. I'm not good for Saturday. Can you do it any earlier? Sometime in August, preferably Wednesday or Thursday.
I can do Wednesdays. It would need to be probably in September if possible, because I have a lot going on in August, but I might be able to make room for you if August is all you have.
No,
can we do September?
Yes.
Any Wednesday or Thursday in September. Wednesday would be ideal if it's between those two.
Wednesday in September, any of them should work.
Just give me a date right now. I'm writing it down. And then also, I'm on the West Coast in the USA, so I would think like, by 7 p.m. Eastern.
Sure.
Is that what
if Digital Gnosis will host it, we could do it with them.
I'm fine anywhere you want to do it. I just don't want to do it on a Christian's channel, because I don't want to be disrespectful to their audience.
Okay, I don't have a maybe I'll check with the Machine Lives and see if we can host it, but I don't have a good venue right now. But we could just pin it for the second.
All I heard was a Christian channel. That's just not how I thought about Jack, but I think it's accurate. I could
have hosted a discussion.
Yeah, Dennison, I'm up for that. That would be great. So we'll do it. Hank, we'll do yours on Dennison's channel. I have Dennison on Discord. So are you on Discord, Hank?
I have Dennison on Discord as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're both in my server.
Oh, that's perfect. And then Carl, I got you, or Charles, or Grazy, whatever we're doing today. I got you.
He's also in my server.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's perfect. Then we could just do it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take over. I didn't know that. I've been trying to get a hold of him on X and leaving messages on the chat, and he's just not responding. And I'm not sure what's going on. So I just want to make sure that he's serious about doing this. So the September 5th, I got you on Finding Gnosis, and I'll talk to DNW. All right, that's all I had to get cleared up. So now, as far as the conversation went today, there was a lot of back and forth. I think you guys are letting this negative energy control you, and you're not really necessarily chasing after what it is you're talking about. I don't think you're truly, genuinely, sincerely trying to accomplish the things that you say you're trying to accomplish, because you're more focused on the ego. That's what I'm observing, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but it is kind of turning into a bit of a shit show of just temper tantrums, adults throwing temper tantrums. And so you may want to consider the type of
what is
out there.
I think we noticed that much, Owie. I don't think anyone would disagree with you. I think we noticed that it was ego at the times. Did you want to say who was at fault for this shit, or in what way it became ego?
No,
Are you sure that's not the intent?
No, I don't want to point any fingers at anybody specifically. No, I don't want to do that.
We know it became an ego. At least I know it became.
I'll point the finger at myself. I'll just point the finger at myself and say that I know that I can always do better. And so I think if we all try to just look in the mirror first and foremost before we look at everybody else. And so I'll look at myself and I'll try to think, what can I do better today? How can I be a better communicator?
You're definitely talking about me. All I've been doing today is trying not to shit on Guru. I thought he needed so much correction up here, but I'm trying to make it happen when everybody else is jumping on the motherfucker not to pile in. But personally, I still got a lot of complaints with Guru's philosophies, beliefs, and behaviors today.
You're doing good.
Well, the one thing, to be positive, Joe Cool, and I do find you to be a lot of times very even keeled when it comes to these things. You're very middle of the road. You try not to take sides too much.
Clearly, he's only just met you.
I would say, I would say the one thing that
Can
you
we
did really well
get
today.
people on panel to raise their hand if they're here for Jack? Is there anybody here for Jack Talcott here
Oh
today?
my God! Yeah, this is what we needed, Moose.
On the Talcott train. I'm on the
It's like
Talcott train.
Always
Moose.
the worst thing and always at the worst time. He's got a gift for it.
It's okay. It's all good.
All right, my bad, Jack. I just thought we were going down that road again.
It looks like it, but no, it's quite different. OE, thank you, brother, and I'm looking forward to your conversations, not just those other ones, but let's do a quick shout out. Wednesday afternoon, I'll be hosted over there with Objective Ethics, and I think we'll have some great conversations.
And if you haven't seen Jack over there, it's a different energy. You get a different Jack.
Right.
If you guys are over here and you haven't been over there to see him fucking around with the, what do they call themselves? D&W, but that name is the Gnostic folks or something they call them. But go meet them over there.
No, we're talking about on my channel, brother. We're talking about on Objective Ethics channel.
What would we call you guys? Gnostics? Are both you
No,
Gnostics?
he's just called Objective Ethics. That's the name of the channel.
And D&W as well. Any of that area over there?
No, that dude is not a Gnostic. He's an atheist.
Yes, he's a vegetarian.
What the fuck is the name of the
knowledge of self? I mean,
finding gnosis.
Finding gnosis.
I think the problem Joe Cool's having is he's African American, so he's been labeled his whole life. So he's just not used to like not being labeled something.
I'm used to you labeling. Last time I saw you, you just hopped up to call me a bitch or some shit like that and then disappeared.
That's not
I'm used
true.
to being labeled.
That's not true. I think you were in your feelings and making stuff up.
And I heard something totally different. Okay.
Also, African American is no longer the correct nomenclature, sir.
Yeah, that's racist. No, but nigga, you did hop up at Flows when the motherfuckers was doing a race shit. You didn't give no input. You just hopped up to say, "Cause Joe a bitch. You a bitch ass so and so," and you didn't give no input in that. Just to call me a bitch a few times and laugh. Yes, you did.
Sorry, I was trolling you over there at his channel.
did.
That was my bad. But I'm not trolling you here today. I'm just being me.
Nope. He's just being himself today.
That was troll day.
I just had to crack with the labels. Obviously, I'm still in my feels about
we're
that
here
shit.
for Jack today. That's what we're here for, Joe.
Obviously. Are you behind Moose? Of course we're here for Jack.
Hey, Joe, do you claim that Adolf Hitler is evil at all, Joe?
You could not. I'm with you. There is no good and evil. It's because we're children. But when I use it, it's just a term in a sense Dennison was talking about, so we can talk about things and describe things. But right? You couldn't say that about no one's good or evil. That's not even a thing. When Hitler would be a person? No, you couldn't say that.
Interesting.
No, it's just because
I heard he loved dogs.
Evil, but I've heard you many times call things evil, and it's just and then he was explaining.
It's a descriptor to communicate with people who speak that language, like Dan was talking about. I know how they use it, and I use it. And when I'm in rooms with other people, I may use different word usage.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, brother. I'm trying to learn from you. I'm saying, what are you hearing when they say that? To see if you're.
I think that there's hearing anything bad. Someone could die. Someone can hurt. I think they think anything along that line is evil. They're not thinking that things are always intricate, complicated. Then you're going to get to the fact that none of it's evil. But they haven't even gone to the step to think that evil, the thing that you call evil, could have a good benefit over here. You can no longer label it evil. All evil. So that's just to begin. And then you have to go on. Then after, a little more conversing, you're going to ask, is there even such thing as good and evil? It's probably not. They're probably just tools for children.
I've seen the comment up there, and I kind of slightly agree with it. It's a perceived point. I wouldn't say it's a perception. There's no perception called evil, but I think they mean it's a perceived thing, something exceptional. That's the correct way to say it. Is that what was I was reading it? Joe, I often use words like what Jack uses, like corrupt and things like that, or illness and things. I never use things like bad and things like that. But I was really interested in what you were saying earlier on. I was just wondering if I used it correctly.
I use these words.
Some people believe in evil, though.
They do, and that's why it's cool to use it. I wanted to
Some
just say
people or
this. I
most?
use
Some
Guru
people
taught
don't
me
believe.
this. A
Some
better
people know.
word to use rather than good and evil to keep people from being confused. Is it healthy or not? If a person is willing, I prefer to use that word. Is something healthy in the moment or not? That
Some
keeps a lot of shit
Gracie,
down.
some people literally, not figuratively, believe that human beings are inherently good and
Most
that
people
they
do.
only do bad things, even arguing with their boyfriend or girlfriend or yelling at the guy behind the 7-Eleven counter. Even that is a temporary, what's the word I'm looking for? Takeover by a devil or a
I was
demon.
hoping you said that. I was hoping you said that.
Yeah, I was called evil all my life by my father and other people, children in school said I was naughty, evil, all these kind of things. All my life, by the way, all my life. I never understood anything different. Mind you, we weren't called autistic back then. I was raised in the 80s. But yeah, so like I just thought that's what I was, evil, like, and I never got it so much. But now people use it different as an adult, and I've been confused all my life until I had a breakdown on it. But now I'm trying to rebuild all that. I think it's the most cruelest thing man has ever done is create evil and good, or forgiveness. I feel sorry for you all that suffer that because shame and blame are awful.
All of it.
I want to hear from
All
Jack
of it.
now on it.
Anything outside of the descriptor of the conversation, whatever man has added to it is probably negative.
Jack,
You all don't
have
see
something to say
anything
on
as
this?
evil. That's hilarious and pathetic.
Jack,
I think it's time to wrap up. Why don't you guys offer some final words, and I'll try and bring us back to topic.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you for everything you do and for your persistence and your tenacity. You rock, dude.
Much love to you. I appreciate it.
Who was Dick calling pathetic? I missed it.
I didn't see it.
What was it, Gracie again, or was it Joe?
I didn't see it.
Good and evil, I think he said something about that. I didn't know he said sorry.
Well, somebody gave their opinion, and then he said that was pathetic.
Well, not seeing evil. Not seeing evil is pathetic, he says.
Yeah, I don't.
I take back what I said about him trying to be insulting towards Gracie. Clearly, this was my ego getting in the way of my judgment, and I blame myself for that entire interaction.
Now, Jonathan, who's been condescending. Apparently, earlier on, that was a bit when I did it.
No, sarcasm got the better of me.
So you understand me perfectly earlier on.
I love your sarcasm, and I feel like that's the one thing I have to hold on to in order to not genuinely be, what's the word?
Disappointed in them or something.
Vindictive and have actual vitriol, right? My sarcasm is it's like having a Coke Zero instead of drinking a can of soda.
That's the actual thing. I want to say goodbye, Jack. It's been really good today for two reasons. One, because I love the cast of characters. And I hope to open up more love to where I can have this, enjoyment no matter what room I hop into. This is particularly, you guys, got a particular place in my heart. And secondly, this is the first off day. My brother's in town. I have no responsibilities. I haven't cop watched or anything. I just sat around. I didn't edit. This is the first off day I've had probably in a year. And I'm glad that this is part of it, right? Now I'm just going to, fucking watch some black and white shit, or I'm just going to jag off the rest of the day, hopefully. Hop on a panel somewhere and have fun. Allow myself to have some fun. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, I can't remember coming up on the panel just to insult someone's point of view, but whatever you say.
It's not identical.
Ever in my fucking life, as a matter of fact, I tend to leave more than I engage in that, but okay.
Mm-hmm. But Denizen, I brought this up because we do mirror each other in different ways, and there's something you two.
Oh no, I gave him exactly the attitude he came up with. I gave him exactly that back for the last 40 minutes to an hour.
I
I'm
appreciate
not
what
going
you
to
brought.
deny that.
I know.
Hey, when I do it, apparently I get kicked off, and Joe tells me my behavior's bad. But then,
Well, at that I will not make I will not make the claim that there is no special treatment, but I will submit to you that it goes beyond that. That there's a level of skill to be achieved there as well.
I'm okay
My
with
good
that.
friend Gracie.
I honestly, I know I'm a big boy. I'm okay. I mean, I realize Jack's got to do what he does, and kicks off the show. Otherwise, sometimes a word doesn't get in, and I get that. I don't get a problem with that. Anyway, Jack, do you want to make this, as I rudely interrupted it, as my farewell, and say, hey guys, it's been great. Thank you all very much. It's been alive. I appreciate you all, and yeah, to Dick, I just don't see good and evil, brother. I don't prefer it. But each to their own, and thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you and your patience. And I want to give blessings to you dropping out. Objective Ethics, thank you for your support, contribution, and I'm glad to see you got things starting to wrap up or tightened up. And I'm also looking forward to speaking with you on Wednesday. For those who aren't familiar, in the description of the video is a link to this conversation over on Objective Ethics, and encouraging words as well in parting. Let's all take a moment to do something kind for a stranger today. I love that. I do. I want to give Scott the last words. I don't know if he even got a chance to say hi. So, Denizen, anything else for you, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I want to correct the record a little bit in case, it's been lost in translation, but I don't have anything against Dick. He's in my Discord. I'm a subscriber. I like the guy. I think he's very intelligent. I don't have anything against asking questions or opposing narratives or even opposing Gracie and Pantheon and their ideas. When he asserts things as fact that I disagree with and that actually touch upon my beliefs, I have the same reaction that anyone else does. But clearly, it pushed the wrong button, and there was not a spirit of sharing in which he engaged in that conversation. And I don't hate the guy for that either. I just held on to that thread and let him pull it for a while. And on that note, as I was expressing to Bex in private earlier, I am struggling with loving those who outwardly and deliberately oppose, disrespect, and belittle me as a matter of due course and entertainment. I find you, when you engage in that behavior, at least in those moments, somewhat reprehensible. But it is a you problem. It's not a me problem. I am, in fact, not 5 feet tall. So, the fact that you say it over and over again isn't a me problem. And on that note, I offer you my love to all the haters in the chat. And in that spirit, you can contact me easily. My YouTube channel has an email address. It has a Discord server. There's a Twitter. I'm available all the time. And reach out to me and let me know a way in which I can do something kind for you. And I am talking to my haters. Everyone else already knows that they can get a hold of me and I can do something whenever I can. I'll do something if I can. But for those of you who hate Denizen, and for some reason I seem to live rent-free in your head, I offer you that. Reach out, send me a message, find something kind that I can do for you, and I will offer you that in the spirit of love and acceptance. You'd be helping me just as much, if not more. I can offer to help you. And Jack, thanks for having me. I love coming on your panel. It's top 3 of my favorite panels easily. And I sent you a video earlier. I hope I know you're a busy man. Maybe as you're laying down for rest tonight, if you aren't too opposed to the gamma rays entering your brain as you try to fall asleep, watch that video. It's about a half an hour long. Thanks to everyone on the panel, especially Dick. I look forward to seeing you again, and peace out to everybody.
Much love to you, brother. Scott, thank you for your patience. Welcome to you. Do you want to say hi and bye? And
Yeah, how you doing, Jack? How was your birthday?
it was a Friday, and the live stream was quite fascinating. There was some generosity that day, and I received, yeah, I received a couple gifts, and it was a good day. Thank you
You
for
got
asking.
an interesting following, and your subject matter today was interesting, and even the dialogue, though it went off the rails, was interesting because people see things differently. And I think, you were right to hit upon the obvious that, we see each other and we see ourselves in each other. And sometimes we don't like some of the things we see. We see the bad parts of ourselves. So we often will criticize people, not realizing that that's a mirror we're looking into. And it's interesting that we do that. But, and you're right to call that out sometimes, and you're obviously right to see it. The interesting thing about this with Guru today is I think he was under attack a little bit, well, more than a little bit. But at the same time, he doesn't seem real open for suggestion. He seems very, very not malleable. You know what I mean? Like, I think people are viewing him as thinking he's right. Not to go too far into it, I think a lesson can be learned from you, because I think that's where you were 2 or 3, maybe 3.5 years ago. Right? I mean, so even going back and looking at that, there was a part of you that didn't want to take suggestion, didn't want to take advice, didn't want to take, and I think we all see that from time to time in our own selves. We all do that. But I think that's something that he might benefit from, going back to some of those streams and remembering the black Jack, the Jack that didn't want to see another side of things, only the the dark side, or the how do you say it? The controversy instead of the correction. And that's where I think you're more apt to look for the correction these days. So without going, I see that puzzle in your eyes. What are you questioning?
I know I reacted in the past, but the way that people assume caused my reactions was not. I mean, I got frustrated listening to people argue against something they just heard about, and they got a thought, so I got to deal with their thoughts when I've actually spent a lot of time evaluating what I'm saying. I mean,
Sure.
just at least.
Which is important. I mean, self-reflection, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I realized is I was getting frustrated because I wasn't being understood. And I was doing the best I could to try and explain myself, but I had to realize, okay, well, people are going to do and they're going to say what they're going to say. I can't force them to listen. Can't convince them to stop insulting me sometimes, but there's no reason for me to get angry anymore.
Well, that's probably part of what I'm recognizing in you, is that your decision to not take their opinions as your disposition is probably the easiest way to say it. They can feel however they want. That doesn't affect you anymore. At one point it probably did a lot more. It seems to not anymore. But the other thing is the growth that you get from that, this is the interesting thing, is what other people can kind of glean. There's a time where people made fun of you a lot more than I think they're willing to today, because they're seeing that progress. They're seeing that evolution. They're seeing that revival of Jack, and hopefully your family will see it. Hopefully, some of the people in your past will see that, you're not a lost cause. You're not a lost soul at all. Instead, you're someone that's trying to help the others that are like you, in the sense that we're all sort of lost. So I think when people see that, they start to gather more, and that's what you're finding. That's why you have a nice gathering here. So, needless to say, without being, too bloviated, and it's probably too late for that. Hope you have a good day, brother. And peace. Let's hear your final words.
Much love to you, Scott. I appreciate you, my friend. Sincerely, to all of the guests who joined the panel, all the characters who show up, and all the characters in the chat, man, if you guys are just tuning in late, there's something here, this energy. I hope it's coming through, at least the love that I feel. Because what we had here, while there was chaos, we went through periods where there was a lot of over talking, and it was tough to put up with. I thank you for your suffering through it with me too, but I'm learning to be more patient, and I found that it is true. If you can let people get out what's within them, they can kind of relax a little bit. But sometimes, man, that mind and that spirit gets us going, and I've done it. I've wound myself up, gotten so upset and angry over something I thought was so important. Right now, I need that. Oh, I didn't. I didn't need what I thought I needed. What I needed to do was just relax. Relax, right? Rest into who you are, into the life that you're living, to know that God's love is there for you to discover. We talked about a lot of different things today, and some of that was about gnosis, the idea of knowing, right? It's an energy and a frequency, and it's something that you feel. It's a sense of being. That sense of knowing who you are is how you know to have faith in what's to come, right? And the way to have faith in who you are, it's to really get clarity in your mind, right? To know who you are. You're not the identity. You're not the past. You're not the belief structures. You can hold on to any belief structures or cling on to the past, and you can hold on to emotions too. You can do whatever you and God allow you to do. But the best way to find a different choice is to be reminded of other choices. So if you can take that away, just that simple reminder, hey, there's always another choice to make. I don't have to feel bad. I don't have to be stuck. I don't have to be limited. I don't have to get upset, right? I get to live this life to the fullest. And if you try and consciously, if you spend time in your mind and your heart with a goal that's serving others, right? A goal that's going to bring goodness, not just for you, but for the world that you live in. You find that goal for you, and you find that in your mind and your heart, and you can sense the energy and you can envision that. Then once you've got a goal for you, whether it's health or success or adventure, whatever it is you envision you doing, start there and back up to where you are and take that first step, right? Because the more steps you take towards your greater goal, to the healthier you, the happier you, the freer you, the first step you take, it may not make sense. It may feel weird because you're stepping outside of the old comfort zone thing. And oh man, changing my mind, that can be scary. If I change my perspective, I might forget who I was. That's not a bad thing. Forget who you were. Give yourself permission to own a new perspective. And then with that new perspective and a goal that's made for you, that you're making, finding for you, take that first step. Make the most out of the everyday, right? By choosing what you are doing, being intentional. Why am I doing this? I do hope when you choose to tune in, which you're doing, you're choosing to tune in at some time and point, but if you choose to tune in, I really do hope part of your intention is, what can I receive that's good and fun? Because there's a lot of other stuff that shows up here. I admit that, I own that, but it's the good and the fun that is the love And that's the love that God allows us to find as little children here in our development. If you live with purpose, what you can do is have more fun and joy in your life through the fulfillment found in a day well lived. A day well lived is going to be an efficient use of your time, conserving your energy, right? Making the most of your investments. And that's another thing, investing in you, in your growth, in your development, investing your time, your attention, your energy, growing you. It's the best investment. It brings the greatest rewards when you invest in you and you care for you enough to love you. And if you love you enough, guess what you can do? You can let all your problems go. You can let the ego dissolve into distant memories of, oh yeah, I used to feel that way. Oh yeah, I used to be that way. But that's only if you really do the work and you invite in the spirit of love to be you. And if you can find what I'm pointing at, I'm telling you guys, you're here for more than you dreamed. And if you can believe we're here for more than we've dreamed, then let's dream big, individually and together. Join my dream in this belief that it is time for good men and women to unite together, to stand with compassion on truth, and we can work together to confront the cruel and the corrupted who have taken over the land. God, what a dream. What a beautiful vision that could be. A world of peace where everyone is treated respectfully and fairly. I'm going to go continue that thought on my own, and I hope you might drift into that as well. Brothers and sisters, thank you again. We'll see what the future brings, but till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with faith, and of course, live without fear. Find more wellness, goodness, and fulfillment in your life. It's up to you every day. Go for it. Much love and peace. Thank you.